Live on the campus of Upperman High School in Baxter, Tennessee, where we are set for a District 7 AAA doubleheader between Upperman and White County. I'm Noah McKay on the call here on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Thrilled to be joined at the table by my friend Buddy Pearson, Kaylee Dick producing things for us this evening. And we're moments away from tip-off in a collision of two of the top 3A girls teams in the state as the Upperman Lady Bees host the White County Warriorettes. We welcome you into the Crouch Team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show. We're live on the UCR Facebook page, YouTube channel, and Twitter feed. No shortage of places for you to watch this district matchup. And, Buddy, number one, welcome back on the headset.
Oh, it's so great to be back.
And this one is going to be a great one. And it's one of the more natural rivalries in the area. It's not a historic rivalry between Upperman and Sparta, but they're so similar in size and kind of feel around the school and in team. This is a raucous atmosphere. We can feel it already. There's a lot of energy in this gym, and it's a very big one in District 7 AAA.
Well, it is, and ever since White County kind of dropped down and Upperman moved up a classification and you saw both these teams in the district together, you knew this was going to become a special rivalry. And it's not just because of the proximity to the schools and just how talented both of these schools are. You know, when you look at the coaching staffs on both sides, man, these coaches have known each other together. They've coached together. They've been friends forever. You've got Mike Dodgen at White County, who was on Dana McWilliams' staff here at Upperman before he went to Cannon County. And, of course, he's been, coaching against her when he was at Cannon County. Now he's at White County. And they're both disciples of Bill Worrell, the former great head coach at Tennessee Tech. So all this just encapsulates everything you need for a rivalry, not to mention both of these schools are basketball crazy, and they've got rabid fans who love good basketball, and that's what you're going to see tonight.
If you wanted to rob a bank in Sparta, Tennessee,
Go
tonight
ahead.
is your night. They are all here to our left. Baxter is filing in. They will be deep along the end lines in this one, and it's a doubleheader. Two major ones with huge postseason implications as we are into the final week of the regular season, and 7 AAA by nature of the postseason dynamic. Every team on the floor tonight has an opportunity to have a first-round bye in next week's district tournament. That's important because it secures you a place in the region tournament against a, shall we say, more workable matchup in that region tournament. Let's look at this matchup. The White County Warriorettes have been sensational this season. They're the number 2 ranked team in the UC Top 5, and they are 24-2, 7-1 in District 7 AAA. The Upperman Lady Bees, though, they're right there on their heels at the number 3 ranked team in the UC Top 5. They are 22-3, 6-1 in the district. Upperman played one less game. They have 2 tough ones later on this week against Cumberland County on Thursday and Saturday. But this one tonight could go a long way towards determining not just who's a top 2 seed, but who the number 1 seed, the winner of this district, as Sparta looks to sweep the season series. They dominated Upperman a couple of weeks ago in Sparta by a 26-point margin. It was 58-32. They were up 13-0 in that game. And then things kind of balanced out for the next couple of quarters before at the end Sparta pulled away late. That fast start, a point of emphasis for Michael Dodgen in White County tonight. They want to repeat it the same. Dana McWilliams said they didn't play well in Sparta. They know they're capable of playing better. They'll have to tonight to stave off this red-hot Warriorettes team.
Well, how many times do you ever see a Dana McWilliams team shoot 3 of 22 from three-point land and have 17 turnovers? I mean, that means her guards aren't doing what they're taught to do, and that's what happens. When they don't do those things, they're going to get blown out like that, especially by a good White County team. But what I was watching that game today, I went back and was watching, and what Upperman didn't do, they didn't handle the pressure well. The turnovers came in droves, but they got beat on the boards, and you can't get beat on the boards. Now, White County, yes, they're tall, they're big, but you can only give them one shot at a time, and when you put a shot up, everybody's got to be crashing, and that wasn't happening for Upperman beforehand. So rebounding, huge in this contest tonight.
It's going to be an awesome game. We'll have the starting lineups and all the action when we come back. Coverage of tonight's contest is presented by Nick's Restaurant. Don't go anywhere.
Feeling alright. Gonna celebrate. When it comes to caring for your land, you need an all-around performer to make your life easier. One that's tried and true. That's a John Deere compact tractor from Tri-Green Equipment. User-friendly tractors that are big on performance and operator comfort.
I'm looking for someone who can keep me comfortable, stay here for the long run, and definitely not high maintenance. Not right. Absolutely not. This one looks perfect.
Find your perfect match with Hiller. Get a free UV light with select new HVAC systems, 50% off a descaler with new tankless water heaters, or free surge protection with a new whole home generator.
Like that one too.
Welcome back as we're moments away from tip-off here in Baxter. It's a District 7 AAA matchup, and it is a big one. Two teams with bona fide, not only glass house expectations, state championship expectations for both White County and Upperman. Let's get to the starting lineups as the lights go down, and they will have the very impressive highlight video that pumps up the crowd here with their district championships, region championships, state tournament appearances, state championships, of which there are plenty here in Baxter. The starters for the White County Warriorettes and their head coach Michael Dodgen with an overall record of 24 victories and 2 losses, 7-1 in District 7 AAA. They're the number 2 ranked team in the Upper Cumberland. Number 3, Ava Jones. Number 5, Bella Winningham. Number 13, Gracie Clark. Number 14, Lakeland Grasty. And number 23, the Miss Basketball candidate, Celeste Reed. The starting lineups for the homestanding Upperman Lady Bees under head coach Dana McWilliams with a record of 22 victories and 3 losses, 6-1 in District 7 AAA. They're the number 3 ranked team in the Upper Cumberland. And for the first time this year, it is a different starting lineup for Dana McWilliams. It is senior night, and 5 seniors will be the starters. Number 4, Bella Mullins. Number 11, Gracie Hamilton. Number 0, KK Delenti. Number 15, Allie Jones. And number 34, Darcy Hickey. Starters once again for the Warriorettes: Jones, Winningham, Clark, Grasty, and Reed. For Upperman, Mullins, Hamilton, Delenti, Jones, and Hickey. That senior night twist is an interesting one tonight, buddy, with the White County team that can start as fast as they do. It'll be interesting to see how long those seniors stay in before we see Taylor Delenti, a Bella Stiles, a Sadie South, and of course a Gracie Butler checking into the game for the Upperman Lady Bees.
Well, you know, when you start seniors like this, they've been part of the program. I just sat there and watched that highlight reel, and man, I'm pumped up, and I don't even play here, but you're a senior in this program. There was a pride about you, and on senior night, there's even more of a pride. And yes, you may not have had a huge impact throughout the season, but I can tell you one thing: the seniors that are playing tonight, that are starting for Upperman, they're going to go out there like they've been seasoned veterans, like they've been starting every game. And Dana McWilliams wouldn't put them on the floor if she didn't have confidence in their ability.
This one is going to be awesome. White County looking to make a statement tonight. If they win this basketball game, they will be at 8-1 in the district. Upperman would be at 6-2. Upperman with 2 games against Cumberland County. Sparta with 1 game left to go in the district. You can do the math. They win the regular season district title with a win tonight. Upperman with a victory tonight goes it all alone into first place, as Sparta would drop 1 game back in the loss column, but it would not be over. A very good Cumberland County Lady Jets team looms in the wings that could wreak havoc. They have their sights set on the top 2 seed. They need some things to go their way, but with a 4-3 district record there, a loss tonight by Upperman makes things very interesting in that all-important battle for the 2 spot. White County, the road team in the maroon jerseys and shorts. They got the black numbers and letters outlined in white trim. Upperman in the home white jerseys, white shorts, gold numbers in the front and the back with the black Lady Bees across the chest and Upperman, or in their names rather, across the back. I'm Noah McKay. He's Buddy Pearson. Kaylee Dick producing things for us this evening. Thanks for hanging out with us on our Facebook page, YouTube channel, and Twitter feed. There's an excitement in the air as 2 of the premier teams in the classification are set to do battle once again, and Upperman is relinquishing the opening tip. Ava Jones on one side, Bella Mullins on the other. They're going to settle into their zone defense to open the game. If you recall, White County struck immediately in the first game, and they will win the tip back to Lakeland Grasty, who's having a great year at the point guard position. The guards for Sparta have emerged in a major way. They needed them to. They're looking at this 2-3 defense. Celeste Reed fires a pass that was tipped, and it's knocked out of play. KK Delenti touched it, and then they'll say Winningham touched it last. It goes to Upperman.
And see, already you see the emotion by the seniors. But that 2-3 defense, you're going to see it's going to be swarming all over the place. Sparta tried to get the ball inside. That's what you try to do to bust that 2-3 wide open. You go inside, then you go outside. Now let's see what Upperman can do here on offense.
Sparta into their patented half-court trap, and Celeste Reed says, give me that. They go the other way with speed. Reed, coast to coast, now spins it back. The senior Celeste Reed working on Gracie Hamilton, picks up her dribble, sends it out to the top of the key for Grafsky. Left side Winningham, she's a sharpshooter, closed out on, and Upperman wants to make this game ugly tonight. They want it to be in that low 30s, maybe just sniffing 40. White County wants to roll up 50, 60 points. And it'll be interesting to see which team can dictate the pace. In the first meeting, it was all Sparta. Right side, Gracie Clark. Clark having a great year. Euro steps through, throws up the rudder. No. Reed, though, averaging 5 offensive rebounds a game, grabs that one and gets fouled on the putback by Delenti. And she's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, that time White County very patient on offense, moving the ball around, still trying to feed it inside where they know they've got the mismatch. And you could see this a lot tonight. Celeste Reed may shoot a lot of free throws.
She's a really good free throw shooter as she makes the first. I mentioned it. She is a bona fide Miss Basketball candidate, averaging over a double-double a night, over 16 points and 10 rebounds. The eye-catching stat, over 5 offensive rebounds a night for Celeste Reed as she goes 2 for 2 at the stripe, and Sparta leads 2-0. So far, no movement for Taylor Delenti and Gracie Butler as Bella Mullins is fouled. This one goes on Bella Winningham. First personal, first team foul on Sparta.
Yeah, and that time Winningham, you've got to cut the baseline off. The dribbler did a good job of beating her on the baseline, and then when she came over, she just committed the foul. Got there too late.
Bella Mullins, the senior point guard for Upperman, she's having a great year as well. Left side, Hamilton kicks over to KK Delenti. Delenti, she's battled back from a knee injury this year and gotten back in here, getting minutes. There's now Gracie Hamilton works off a ball screen right side. Back to Allie Jones. She thought about it.
Wow.
Now she's going to trigger it from way downtown. And she got it. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for Allie Jones. Whips the crowd into a frenzy. Quickly ahead, here comes Sparta. Winningham triggers the 3. Money barely touched the net with a Domino's 3.
Yeah, you can't celebrate too long because you saw how quickly White County got the ball back down the floor. You've got to take your points and get back down the floor.
5-3. Now ahead it goes to Darcy Hickey. She traveled, and possession goes the other way. The Upperman fans thought it was a foul, but it was most certainly a travel. A bunny hop on the step. Possession back to Sparta, and with 6:05 to go in the first quarter, it's 5-3. The clock on the screen is not official. Kaylee's keeping it for us here. We mainly mention that for end-of-game situations, end-of-quarter situations.
Nice pass.
As there's a feed across to Celeste Reed. Gracie Clark found her for 2.
Yeah, that was nice eyes by Gracie Clark. Just seeing her over 2 defenders.
Jones with the basketball. Both these coaches have been pretty clear, as Hamilton has it, that they want to win this district, but they really want to be a top 2 seed. They love their chances against the District 8 teams. They wouldn't say that. I'll say that as Mullins steps back for 3, and she buried it. Bella Mullins with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Upperman couldn't hit the broadside of a barn in Sparta. They've hit 2 threes early here, but quickly Clark drives it and is fouled.
Well, see, that's a good sign for Upperman, but what's a bad sign is already getting into some foul trouble. White County, I think, is just going to pound the ball inside and make Upperman foul them and put them at the free throw line.
First one up, and that one rattles home for Gracie Clark. Mentioned rapidly becoming one of the more underrated players in the Upper Cumberland. A fantastic defender. You see her on the offensive end here. She's going to play a big role for this team down the stretch as she goes 2 for 2, and Sparta's lead goes back up to 9-6.
Yeah, you talk about Clark averaging 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 steals. I mean, those are solid numbers for a sophomore.
Jones with it. That's the thing. Both these teams have a lot of youth mixed up with some experienced seniors as Hamilton has it. They're going to be good for a while. Jones with it. The seniors for Upperman, buddy, are holding their own. Bella Mullins has it. Only 2 traditional starters out there right now against the normal starting 5 for the number 1 ranked AP team in the state. Right side, Hickey, number ranked 3A team in our area, in our poll, as Delenti sends left side for Mullins. Mullins going to drive inside and a hand check. If this is on Winningham, it's her second, so that's a big call.
That is a big call. She just splashed down a 3 a moment ago, and she picks up number 2.
It is going on Bella Winningham, her second, team second, and so Winningham forced out. And now you're going to see Ashlyn Selby, a great freshman, the next in the line of succession for bigs, dating back Nia Powers, now down to Celeste Reed, Ava Jones, and Selby next in the list. It just moves
They're
down.
growing big in Sparta, don't they?
Unbelievable.
Holy cow.
What's in the water is Mullen sends over to Jones. Allie Jones looking for her second. No good. Long rebound, though. Gracie Hamilton has it.
Already an offensive rebound, another shot, another chance to reset. That's something you didn't see in that first matchup much for Upperman.
Jones triggers it quickly. No good. Long rebound this time down to Selby. She's feeling it. And here comes Selby pushing the tempo. The freshman, coast to coast, poke from behind, ricochets right to Celeste Reed. Flip out pass, and there goes the starters for Upperman to the table. Stiles, Butler, and Delenti as Clark drives in, and that's going to be a jump ball with the arrow belonging to the Lady Bees. So here come the two real superstars here in Baxter in the form of Taylor Delenti and Gracie Butler. Butler really emerged the last couple of weeks. We all understand why she could have had a slow start to the season, but she has kicked it on here in the month of January, and she was the only one doing anything in that first meeting in Sparta. Right now, White County with a 9-6 lead as we get into the matchup. Delenti has it.
Yeah, I think Dana has recognized that they're able to get some three-point shots off against this White County defense, and now you've got your actual shooters in there. Never get the open looks like Jones had earlier.
White County has bailed out of the trap for a moment as Butler sends left side to Mullins. They are a great man-to-man defensive team with all their length. Delenti picks up the dribble. Upperman going to play more zone in that 2-3. White County can go man or mix up the trap out of it. Here's Butler. 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Gracie Butler lines up the triple. That one in and out. No. Stiles tips the rebound and a foul on Celeste Reed. Going to be her first, team's third.
Well, that was a great box out by Bella Stiles underneath. I mean, Reed obviously much bigger, but when you can box out like that and you get position.
Mullins trying to inbound it, running out of time. Sends it into the corner for Delenti. It was well defended by Lakeland Grasty. Now here's Mullins with it at the top of the circle. Bella Mullins floats back, now accelerates in. Back to Stiles. The Campbellsville signee Stiles, facing her former team. Played her freshman and sophomore seasons in Sparta. Taylor Delenti off the screen. Sends it right side for Hamilton. Now Bella Stiles has it. Stiles hands off to Delenti. Chasing, and now swiping it is Selby. There's a fight for it. Delenti's on the floor. It was tipped. Now it's a 3-on-1 for Upperman. Hamilton over to Butler. Butler goes in, and that is swatted. Ava Jones had 7 in the first meeting, and her first one is emphatic as it stays with the Lady Bees.
Oh, my goodness. Ava Jones averaging 3 blocks a game, and that time she threw it over the bench.
Every time somebody drove in for Upperman in the first meeting, Jones quickly dispatched it into the end wall. That time she sends it over to her own bench. Right side, Butler with it. Picks up her dribble, finds Delenti.
Boy, White County is so long. They are so big, this man-to-man defense, and they switch so well on the picks.
Butler off the screen, sends it right side to Delenti. Long possession. This is what Upperman wanted, though. They wanted long possessions to try to drain the clock and make it a little ugly. Butler with it. Sends back to Mullins.
Yeah, Coach McWilliams, she will run down some clock. I mean, she will absolutely run some clock.
Hamilton bounces it over to Butler. Little give and go. Instead, it was swiped, and there's a tie up and a jump. The arrow belongs to Sparta. Long possession, nothing doing. It goes back to the Warriorettes with 2:11 to go in the first.
Good job by Gracie Clark there defensively, creating a jump ball situation.
Upperman showing their full court pressure look here. Clark working through it, sends it right side to Selby. She lines up the three, got it. A Domino's 3 for Ashlyn Selby, the second of the quarter for Sparta, and they're up by 6.
Yeah, you've got to get back. I mean, that's one of the things. If Sparta continues to break the press like that, I mean, it's going to be buckets all day for White County.
Delenti with it off his screen. Selby, little tie-up. We play on. These two teams are good. Let them play. Butler triggers the 3, banks it in. A Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. The bank is open on a late night in Baxter, and both these teams are renting it in from outside. Upperman has already hit 3 in the game. That is ties how many they hit in the first meeting.
Yeah, 3 of 22.
Selby sends it back right side. Now grab. Flip back from Clark to Selby. She bobbles it, goes back to Clark. This 2-3 for Upperman doesn't exactly play like a 2-3 as it's swiped, and Stiles has it. A chance for the Lady Bees trailing by 3. Gracie Butler slows up in the half court, and now we'll reverse back to Bella Mullins. Mullins over to Butler. Freshman versus sophomores. Butler to the elbow, triggers, and she buried it. And we've got ourselves a ball game tonight in Baxter. Gracie Butler for 2. She's got 5 straight.
Just a nice shot off the elbow coming off a screen.
Now here comes White County looking for the answer. Ava Jones with it. She kicks back. Now swings it around left side. Gracie Clark. Clark to the top of the circle. Grasty tries to set up the half-court offense. It's been a fun quarter so far. 45 seconds to go in the frame as right side Jones. Now baseline pass, little tic-tac-toe, mid-range jumper up, no. Rebound fought for. Styles and Reed are both in there. It's a fun matchup, and the arrow belongs the other way to Upperman.
Well, you watch White County on offense, they go 5 wide, but then they run somebody along the baseline. That allows Reed to come in the middle kind of undetected because everybody's turned and looking at the person on the baseline, and now you've got 2 people under the basket with an opportunity to score.
We've got 3 doubleheaders on tap for you tonight, including this one. Livingston and DeKalb over on UCR2. It's the Lady Cats leading 14-6 over the other Lady Cats, the Lady Tigers, there in Smithville. York playing Warren County. That boys' game will be interesting. Yeah. I don't anticipate that girls' game being all that interesting this evening as the Dragonettes and Reese Beatty go to work. 7 seconds left for Upperman as Styles starts to drive, finds Butler. Gracie Butler for the lead. No. 2 seconds left. Reed with the board, and will not get it away in time. It was a good attempt, though.
Wow. And
that was a fun first quarter in the books. After 1, it's White County 12, Upperman 11. You're watching high school basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
The experts at the South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors. Located at 640 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville, get your oil changed, tires rotated, and fluids filled. Need other repairs? Stop by for a same-day free diagnosis and estimate. South Willow Auto Clinic is a longtime supporter of student-athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. South Willow Auto Clinic, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Good, and 2 in Cookeville, delicious pan and hand-toss pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
We've got a ball game tonight in Baxter as the White County Warriorettes looking for win number 25 of the campaign, leading Upperman at the end of 1, 12-11. Warriorettes will have the basketball. I'm Noah McKay. He's Buddy Pearson. Kaylee producing things for us this evening. Jam-packed house here, and the crowd continues to file in. We got a boys' game on tap. Ty Cobb in action on the floor. Coming up after this one, we've got some Miss and Mr. Basketball candidates.
Yeah, we do.
Playing
a lot of
in
talent
these games
tonight.
Gracie Clark with it, sends over to Ava Jones. Baseline pass, Selby fires a pass that was tipped. Bella Mullins with the steal. Now she sends it ahead to the speedy Hamilton. Hamilton blocked. Another swat for Sparta as Clark got back and sent it the other way. Selby's a Reed who ran the floor. She triggers the 3. Got it. Celeste Reed with a Domino's 3.
Well, Celeste Reed, she just, she's the total package. She can shoot the 3. She can rebound, shoot free throws, post up inside. I mean, there's no wonder why she's a Miss Basketball finalist.
We'll get the clock situated at 7:20 to go as Hamilton drives in. Hamilton finds the cutting Styles, who puts it off the glass and good for 2.
Nice. Good cut to the basket right there.
Continue to let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for this evening. A split crowd in the building, a split crowd online. Keep it nice. It's high schoolers we're talking about. Remember that as Clark sends a pass nearly stolen away. Ricochets. Diving is Delenti. Is she still in bounds? She is. Goes out of play, and it'll go to Upperman with 6:55 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, great effort there by Delente. Love to see those players diving on the floor for basketballs. It just shows how much it means when they're doing those kind of things.
And by the way, we mentioned it. York doing York things tonight. They are rolling 19-2 at the end of 1 against Warren County. Here on UCR3. That boys' game should be pretty entertaining, though. Those teams can get up and down the floor between the Dragons and the Pioneers. Butler with it. Sparta has not trailed Upperman this year. It still has been the case, but this one's tighter already as Butler starts to drive. Finds the freshman South. South spins. Now picks up the dribble back to Butler. Butler works it around the world. The switching for Sparta has been on point so far.
Unbelievable.
South guarded by Jones. That's a little height disparity between those two. As now right side Delenti. Thought about lining up the triple instead. Back out. Bella Winningham left the game early with 2 personal fouls after hitting a 3. South with it now. Reverses floor over to Bella Mullins. Mullins to Delenti. Delenti guarded by Selby, now finds Mullins. Mullins off the dribble, drives on Grasty, and a foul is called on the floor. Shot will not count. Lakeland Grasty called for her first personal, team's first. Here with 6:07 to go in the half.
Mullins got a good move with the left hand, got her on her hip, and then took her to the basket. It was a good foul. Got the foul before she was able to get the shot off.
Stick around during the Happy Hiller halftime show. We'll be joined by Bobby McWilliams to talk about the Bees' big upcoming matchup with the Warriors as they try to lock up the top 2 seed. Shot for Mullins, no, and an over-the-back foul will be called on Butler as she tried to leverage up over Ava Jones.
You got to get up pretty high to leverage over Ava Jones.
First personal on Butler, first team foul on Upperman. Not a lot of fouls called. Of course, the 2 on Winningham loom larger, but they're letting them play so far, and nobody argues with that. 2 elite teams going at it as Grasty sends left side to Selby. She already hit 1 3, sends it back right side for Gracie Clark. Looking into Jones, it's tipped up. Jones has it in the corner. Delenti goes to guard, tips it away, back to Jones. Now looking inside, and a foul, big one. Second personal on Gracie Butler, and she'll probably be forced out of the game here as she's leading Upperman with 5 points, and that sends Ava Mae Allen to the scorer's table. Cora Bass there as well as Upperman going with the smaller lineup as South and Butler check out. 5:42 to go in this second quarter, 15-13, Sparta on top. Left side pass to Selby, now sends it back over. Grasty to Clark. Clark looking to reverse feed Selby, that length looming large. Reed trying to back down, it's swiped away by Ava Allen and went right to Stiles. Stiles hands off to Cora Bass. Upperman still looking to tie or take the lead for the first time. Bass sends over to Allen. Delenti with it. Back to Bass.
Then McWilliams went with the speed. You know, you've got the smaller players, and, man, they're so quick. And when you bring the ball down, you know, you get those smaller players, the hands are right there, but they can pick the pocket like they did on Reed.
Allen picks up the dribble, finds Cora Bass on the right side. Bass, Ava Jones going out to guard. She can cover up a lot of ground. Bass works it left side now. Delenti wants it, now she has it. Long possession here, Stiles with it. Takes part of the strategy for Upperman tonight. They're trying to tire out those Warriorettes, make them move. Sparta right now doing a great job defensively. Delenti with it. Back to Bass, now left side, Stiles. She drives inside, Bella Stiles, foul on the floor. And it's going to be the second team foul against Sparta. This one goes on 13, Gracie Clark. That's her first.
Last 2 times Upperman has driven to the basket, they've collected fouls.
Mullins looking to inbound. She gets it into Stiles. Stiles out to Delenti, who popped free. Taylor Delenti, that one no good. Rebound down. Ava Mae Allen had it tipped. 2 officials pointed in each direction, and one official is just saying, it's so good, we'll go the other way. It goes to Sparta, which I believe is the right call.
I think so too, yeah.
Ella Harrell to the scorer's table. Upperman going to play a lot more players tonight than Sparta will. They'll go 8 deep in the bench. Sparta really only going to play about their top 6. They send it over top of the circle. Now Jones. She loves that mid-range pull-up, but it's no good. Rebound ricochets around. Allen has it on the floor. Now a foul. I think this one's on Sparta.
Yeah.
It is. See if it's on Reed. She was down there. This is a big call. Celeste Reed already has 1, and it is not on Celeste Reed.
Well, Ava Allen just, so much energy, and she really gives a spark, especially scrapping for those rebounds, going after those loose balls, doing some of the little things that, you want a player coming off the bench to do.
That one goes on Selby. It's her first, team's third. And this is a low-scoring second quarter between these 2 teams. They're really good on defense, if you couldn't tell, ladies and gentlemen. Right side, Cora Bass. Delenti fires off a screen. Great job staying with her by Gracie Clark. Now Mullins, she lines up the 3, looking for her second. No. Harrell muscling for the rebound.
Nice
she has
rebound.
it. Now a tie-up and a foul. This one's going to go on Sparta. Big-time rebound for Ella Harrell. And this one is on Celeste Reed. That is her second, team's 4th. So we'll see if Coach Dodgen goes to the bench, and he is. Piper Price going to check in here for Celeste Reed.
Well, we talked a little bit about the rebounding disparity in that first matchup between Sparta and Upperman. But tonight, you can really see Upperman making that conscious effort to hit the boards.
Inbounds to Bass in the land of the tree. She gives back to Delenti, now Bass. She lines up the triple, no good. Rebound, goes out of play, and it'll go to Sparta. 3:30. Really, buddy, both sides. Sparta's defense in that man-to-man, they're totally neutralizing the open looks, and Upperman's zone doing the same, so we're in this long stretch of no points.
It is a long stretch, and really it's going to come down to conditioning, I think, toward the 4th quarter. Who's going to have the gas to continue to play like this later in the ball game?
Jones able to go up and over, and there's the guard sliding in and a foul. Yeah, Allen and Bass both got in there. See who it goes against. It's going to go on Ava Mae Allen. It's her first, team's third.
But as long as Upperman's playing that 2-3, they're going to continue to float either Ava, Jones, or Reed in the middle there because they've got an opening, and that's how you bust that zone.
Jones muscles her way inside, but nothing doing on the shot. Rebound down to Mullins. And now, once again, an empty possession as these teams are trading them. Delenti wants it, has it, triggers it, buries it. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate 3, and Upperman has a lead. It's 16-15.
Man, I love to see a shooter want the basketball, knowing that she's got her shot, and as soon as she caught it, she turned, put it up, and tickled the twine.
Speaking of, Gracie Clark has it right side. She sends it over to their best shooter on the floor, Bella Winningham. Back out now to Clark. Clark to Grasty. Grasty accelerates inside and a foul on the floor. This one's going to go on Bass. Fourth team foul. We're going to have some free throws in this quarter. Both teams will be in the bonus on the next foul. So that's Cora Bass's first. Gracie Hamilton to the table. She's checking in.
Now, did you say Upperman has not led?
Correct.
Here we go.
First time they've led. 16-15. You just figured both these teams were going to make adjustments out of that first meeting, and a 26-point gap was not the real gap when it comes to these two elite basketball teams. As Grasty, turnaround jumper, no good. Would have been a great finish. Rebound tip, Price has it. Price, and there's the foul. Harrell came from behind. It's going to be free throws upcoming here for Piper Price in White County.
Boy, the Lady Bees really fighting for every rebound this time. And you can tell, even if Sparta comes down with a basketball, they're not going to give them any free shots, any good second looks like they were getting in that first matchup.
Piper Price at the charity stripe, spins it away, and no good off the back iron. Stiles back in here. She's in for Allen, as now Upperman going to the big lineup with both Stiles and Harrell. The chess match is on. These two coaches know each other so well. They're so good, both Coach Dodgett and Coach McWilliams. 0 for 2 at the line, and the rebound goes to Stiles. Stiles showing the handles as she brings it up. Stiles coast to coast so far. Now looking for a guard, flips it back for Bella Mullins. Appreciate you tuning in tonight. We got a big crowd already. We can make it the season high pretty easily if you do us a favor and hit that share button right now. Like the stream, live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, as Harrell has it now at the top of the circle. Delenti off the screen, uses another one. Now left elbow side, sends it back to Mullins. White County's man-to-man defense been so good tonight. Mullins drives inside, now forced back by Winningham. Over to Delenti. Grasty there with Taylor Delenti as she puts the dribble down. Fires it back to Stiles. Stiles drives the lane. Stiles, little turnaround, pivots, throws it up. No, Jones there to disrupt, got the rebound. Ava Jones covers so much ground in that low block for White County. Here comes Grasty, sends it left side, Winningham. 90 seconds to go in the second quarter.
How tall is she?
6'3". And I'm 6'4". She's right there eye to eye with me. And she goes up strong, gets the foul call. This one will be on Harrell, her second. Ava Jones to the charity stripe where she will shoot 2.
And she's got long arms. I mean, that wingspan is incredible.
And just a junior, Ava Jones. The next in the line of succession right there.
Yeah.
The bigs in Sparta. Flies away the first one. No good. Sparta 0 for 3 at the line as Sadie South checks in for Ella Harrell.
Well, you know, it always comes down to free throws. You talk about it over and over again. I mean, you sound like a broken record every game, but in a game like this, my goodness, it's got.
That one got the roll, rims around, and we're tied up at 16 in a very low-scoring second quarter. It was 12-11 after one.
Yeah.
So 5 points for Upperman, 4 for Sparta in this frame.
But this plays right into the hands of Upperman. This is exactly the kind of game Dana McWilliams wants.
Yeah, they wanted to make it ugly. As we said early on, Delenti has it. Sends back over to Mullins. Sparta, though, they've been able to win the low-scoring dogfights. They won a lot of high-scoring games where they just run it up. So they're battle-tested through this district slate. Only one blemish at home against a Stone team that matches up with them differently than everybody else because Stone has some real size with 3 bigs inside.
Yeah, but come on, that's a shocker.
It was a shocker of a game, but Stone's been in it with everybody. As Mullins, guess who just came in to block that one with authority? Ava Jones. 42 seconds to go in the second.
It's just hard when you keep driving in like that and you've got the wingspan that she does. Man, she is a shot blocker extraordinaire.
7 blocks in the first one. I believe that's her second, maybe her third here in this first half today. 33 seconds to go. Upperman may hold for the final look here with 16-16 being the score. So again, stick around during the Happy Hiller halftime show. We'll be joined by Bobby McWilliams, talk about the Bees' upcoming matchup with the Warriors. They look to lock up a 2 seed. Sparta, they're still in it for a top 2 seed as well. Can get a big step forward if they're able to knock off Upperman here tonight. Mullins will wait. 10 seconds on the clock.
There we go.
Now with 7, she goes. Mullins, one-on-one drives and kicks to Lenti. Over to Stiles, 2 seconds. Stiles drives, puts it up, no, and we're going to half in a tied-up ball game. After 2, it's Upperman 16, White County 16, and this one is very much up for grabs in District 7 AAA. When we come back, it'll be the Happy Hiller halftime show. We'll be joined by Bobby McWilliams. Much more to come. You're watching high school basketball, presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential, multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, has been supporting student athletes in the Upper Cumberland area since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145.
Hone and develop your skills on the court with professional basketball player development from Legacy Athletics. Call 931-303-3356 or follow them on Instagram at Legacy_Athletics or on Twitter at JWinningham25 for more information today. Legacy Athletics, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The Crossroads Auction Group are the Upper Cumberland's auction experts. As a full-service auction company, they take your stress away every step of the way. Servicing the entire Upper Cumberland, the Crossroads Auction Group gets your property ready from cleanup, setup, picture-taking, up to the auction and beyond. They handle all auctions from estates, residential, farms, land, commercial, and everything else. For more information, visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com or call 931-644-7149 today. The Crossroads Auction Group are proud sponsors of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. Tied up at the break in the first half of our doubleheader between Upperman and White County. The boys' game to follow between the Bees and the Warriors. We're joined by Upperman head coach Bobby McWilliams. Coach, thank you as always for taking a little bit of time here. Big one tonight. Your team has an opportunity to get an important milestone, which is clinching a top 2 seed in the district tournament if you're able to win tonight, which of course punches you a ticket into the region tournament, but you've got a young White County team that's very dangerous. How are you feeling about your team right now? We talked on Friday about it, and you know, DeKalb was a scary sort of basketball team because of all the experience that they had, and you took care of business in pretty emphatic fashion. Do you feel like now you're playing your best basketball?
We're getting there. Let's put it that way. We still got some areas that we've got to clean up, you know, if we're going to make a deep run in the tournaments. But, yeah, I mean, we're playing a lot better right now than we were playing, you know, 3 weeks ago, for sure. But we still got some areas we really need to work on. We can get through this week, got 3 games, and whatever it is, 6 days or whatever that turns out to be. But, you know, hopefully that we can make it through this week healthy and get a chance to get a couple days where we can really practice and kind of clean things up before we get into the tournament, you know, at the end of next week. But, yeah, we're tickled with where we're at. We're starting to get some guys a little more healthy, and that's been able to, you know, be a big difference in what we're doing. And just being consistent, you know, being on the floor with each other has helped.
I want to talk about this matchup, but first, it is senior night, and it's interesting because your team, you know, Ty gets a lot of the headlines for obvious reasons, and Bronston, you got some youth, but you've got some seniors who've been in here for a while, and an interesting time in this program. Talk a little bit about your seniors and kind of what impact they've had on you guys here to help you not just this year, but all 4 years, but especially this year when some of the younger guys haven't played a ton of varsity basketball.
Yeah, well, these guys have kind of they've worked, for the last 3 years or whatever, and kind of, till they got their turn. They played on a really good team. It was a Final Four team, and as freshmen, and so now, that's coming around for them to have their opportunity to get playing time. They've been really, really good in the locker room, especially. They've shown these young kids what it takes to be an Upperman player and how we do things and how we work. And that's, you can't ask for any more than that out of a senior as far as getting your leadership. But they've really played well on the floor. They've all had their moments where they've made big plays, and that's helped us win a game or two, in the course of this season. So hopefully, we can continue doing what we're doing, and it's just been a lot of fun with these guys. They're 4 competitive dudes, and that that they love to play and they love to work. So that's all you can ask for, and you can see that filtering down to the younger kids.
And tonight's matchup against Sparta, it's a White County team. It's an interesting game. You're able to beat them in their place, but they're young and they've had some really interesting matchups. I mean, they're right there in it, in the mix in that middle of this district, and they've been able to slow games down, make it a little bit ugly, and give themselves a chance to win at the end. What are the challenges that they possess with their talent, and also kind of the way they've approached some of these games here the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, they've won games for a reason, especially since they got Tripp back. That's made a big difference in the team. It's kind of put everybody in the right spots. Eric and I talked about that before Christmas. I told him that was going to be the case, that, all of us have a tendency to push the panic button some if we're not winning games, but he's kind of smoothed things over a little bit and got everybody where they need to be, and, they're a good team. I've said before that they kind of ran the JV gauntlet. This group did. They kind of ruled the roost of the district JV-wise for the last 2-3 years, and so we knew once they got on the floor and got some experience that they were going to be no different, than some of the teams they've had before. They've got some kids that can shoot it. They've got length. They've got a good point guard, and so that's all you need to make a good team. I'm watching them here warm up during halftime of the girls' game, and it's a slam dunk contest. So hope my guys are in the locker room right now. I'm not watching this, but it's a very athletic, long, lengthy group. So it's we expect it to be a 4-quarter game, and hopefully we can give ourselves a chance to win at the end.
Absolutely. Well, it's the Warriors against the Bees coming up next. Coach, thank you as always. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Steel Technologies has been part of the Rutherford County community for over 35 years. Their plants in Murfreesboro and Smyrna include over 150 teammates who process coils, metal sheets, and planks for customers across North America. Steel Tech's Smyrna and Murfreesboro plants are expanding, and they need teammates to join their team. With openings including machine and forklift operators, truck drivers, and more, they have the position for you with competitive wages and monthly bonus opportunities. For more information and to apply online, scan the QR code on your screen now. Steel Tech is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Steel Tech. Faith, family, Steel Tech.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home on Aspen Drive in Cookeville. Featuring a split bedroom floor plan, new carpet, beautiful yard, and deck, you'll fall in love with this home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is also home to the UCR Coaches Show on Tuesday nights. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone.
Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back again. Our thanks to Bobby McWilliams for joining us there during the Hiller halftime show. It is 16-16 at the break of the girls' game. And this one's very much up for grabs right now, buddy. These are two really good 3A basketball teams with a lot on the line. The winner, if it's White County, wins the district. If it's Upperman, it's on with 2 games to go for them against Cumberland County. White County does not have a gimme on Thursday night when they welcome in Livingston Academy. So a lot of twists and turns could happen depending on what happens in the next 16 minutes.
And, you know, this is like a brutal week for Upperman. I mean, you've got White County tonight, then you've got back-to-back games against Cumberland County, who some think is maybe one of the best teams, if not the best team in the district because of the way they match up and the way they play defense. But, you know, you win those games, you take care of business, you don't have to worry about anybody else.
Both these teams control their own destiny as Gracie Butler has it left side. So how is that possible? Remember, both have one loss, but Sparta has the extra one because they lost to Stone Memorial. So a win for Upperman. They haven't lost to anybody else. Delenti for 3, no good, missed wide left. Celeste Reed didn't play a ton because she had 2 fouls. Gets the rebound, sends it over to Clark. Back to Winningham, also had 2 fouls. Clark with it, sends it into Jones, who got the positioning but missed it. No good, rebound down to Taylor Delenti.
They got numbers if they push it.
Speaking of 2 fouls, Gracie Butler had 2, and she brings it up here. Sends it to Hamilton. She drives inside. Hamilton looking to go somewhere with it.
Yeah, you got to pass it.
And now she does, out to Gracie Butler. Keep those comments firing in. We welcome you in here. Thanks for joining us this evening as they give left side for Stiles. We're presented by Nick's Restaurant tonight. Family owned and operated in Cookeville for over 50 years. Nick's Restaurant, great place, whether you're having maybe a team gathering, a date night, prime rib.
I was going to say prime rib is awesome.
Ice cream pie. It's the only place that I know of that has ice cream pie, and it's unbelievable. And if you're like me, you're saying, what's that? I can't even describe it. But I promise you I wouldn't steer you wrong on a dessert. We appreciate Nick's Restaurant on being the presenting sponsor of tonight's game as Butler works it inside. Gracie Butler, no good. Both teams have missed a little bunny inside, and we're still tied up at 16. Upperman won the second quarter 5-4 as Clark triggers the 3. No, if you're wondering what type of game this is, now Mullins has it.
It's a slugfest is what it is. I mean, it is 2 teams just grinding on defense.
Noah Mullins with it. She drives baseline. Mullins throws up the shot. No. Rebound goes all the way out to Hamilton. Jones and Mullins both a little bit slow to get up as Butler kicks to Mullins. She's going to trigger the 3. No good. Long rebound here. A chance for Sparta. Pushing it with tempo. 2-on-1. There's Clark. Gracie Clark puts it up and in for 2. Long rebound led to the easy outlet. And in a game like this, that looms large as they go back out in front 18-16.
Yeah, points are at a premium here, and you get a fast break like that, you got to make sure that you convert.
Hamilton wide open for 3, no good. Long rebound again goes right to Ava Jones. Upperman had a fast start. They've cooled off.
Yeah, those were some of the shots they were making in the first half that they're not making
wide
now.
Open, no good. Rebound down. Mullins able to win the fight. Now Mullins pushing it with a ton of tempo. Bella Mullins going coast to coast. Kicks over to Hamilton. Hamilton bounces to Butler. She triggers the 3. Good. Sonia Brown with America Way Real Estate 3 for Gracie Butler. She's got 8 points tonight. That leads all scorers. And Upperman goes back out in front by a point.
Boy, just 2 good teams going back and forth here. It just somebody drives in, might miss a shot. There's a wow, look at Jones doing work in the paint.
Ava Jones dominantly fires inside. Went up, missed the first. The second one, that's a big call. It's on Gracie Butler. It is her 3rd.
Oh, wow.
Team's first. Big one there goes against Gracie Butler.
But that's one of the few offensive rebounds White County has gotten in the game where beforehand they were really dominating the offensive glass. They've not done that. Upperman's done a great job of boxing out and only giving White County 1 attempt on offense.
White County has struggled at the charity stripe tonight, but the second one does fall through as Jones splits them. Remember in the first meeting, Gracie Butler picked up 3 quick fouls and had to be forced to the bench until the second half. She's got 3 here a little bit later on as Delenti has it right wing side. Now to Butler. Coach McWilliams going to leave her in. Butler explodes inside, shot, fake, and travel. Possession back the other way as Ava Jones was looming.
I mean, it was, yeah,
Timeout
like a shadow. I mean,
and literally timeout called by Coach McWilliams. Yeah, you look over your shoulder, and it's 6'3" Ava Jones with the longest wingspan, in my opinion, in the district. Hey, we're going to be streaming over 50, as we'll get the camera right, over 50 postseason games if we go as far as we think we are with teams in the Upper Cumberland. That's going to cost us tens of thousands of dollars because the TLSAA charges us a fee for every single game. No pressure, but if you're able, we ask that you consider donating. You can scan that QR code on your screen right now. Takes you to the website. All the money that comes from that is going straight back in towards the fees, paying people to be able to go and call the games because people don't volunteer their time. They spend a lot of time working on it. It all goes out straight back in the postseason. It's going to be an awesome postseason, most postseason games we've ever done. Your help is much appreciated.
And there's nothing like postseason basketball in the Upper Cumberland. Boys basketball, girls basketball, some of the best basketball in the state of Tennessee you're going to be able to see right here on this network.
Right side. Gracie Clark with it. We're tied up at 19. This one is firmly up in the air.
Nice
Getting in a soft
play.
spot is Clark. She called for it. She got it and finished.
So while Upperman's defense was worried about Reed posting up, Clark just does a great job of just sneaking behind and then the nice pass right there. That's a beautiful play drawn up by Mike Dodgen.
Bella Mullins with it now. She surveys the floor. 2-point game. Clark has 4 points in the frame. In a game like this, that feels like 10 or 12.
Yeah.
Ava Mae Allen has it now. Allen looks it over for Bella Mullins now. 4:09 to go in the third quarter, 21-19. Mullins. Gracie Clark, such a great defender there with her. Now Delenti with it, looking right at Ava Jones. Over to Ava Allen, who's back in now. I'm sorry, you can't see what's going on. They'll sit down quickly. Allen with it, picks up the dribble, finds Bella Mullins, slicing through the defense. Mullins runs in.
Oh,
Good.
my goodness,
What
what
a
a
finish.
shot.
Through Ava Jones, Bella Mullins gets the 2. She's got 5 points tonight. On the other end, Winningham with a shot fake, puts the dribble down, sends it in. That one intercepted.
Great defense.
Stiles jumped in front of Celeste Reed and turned it over. Here we go the other way. Hamilton with it. I thought for a moment we may have a pickup in the pace of this game. Nope. Stick around later in the boys' game. We'll have plenty of that. We'll go up and down the floor.
Winningham, when she's got the ball out on the wing like that, a little no-look right there to Reed would be good, but when you telegraph the pass, these Upperman defenders are too smart. They see the ball coming, they're going to jump in front.
Gracie Butler's to the table. She's got 3 fouls, but she's been playing the best of any Upperman Lady B over the last 3 weeks or so. Mullins drives inside again. Jones gets there and disrupted it enough. Reed with the rebound. Now here comes Sparta with a bunch of tempo, trying to regain the lead. Reed slicing, sends it over to Winningham, who puts it up, and no good. Couldn't get the finish. But Celeste Reed with the offensive rebound. Knocked back to Grasty for 2. No. Another chance, and there's a foul.
Well, they're letting them play.
They are. Taylor Delenti got her money's worth on that one, as this is going to be a trip to the line to shoot 2 for Lakeland Grasty.
But that's 2 easy layups under both goals right there. And that just shows you when you're passing the ball around and just, you know, you're just trying to get a basket, it takes so long to get to the basket. Then all of a sudden you get there and it's like, oh my gosh, I got a shot.
Another missed free throw, though, for Sparta. It's their 5th miss by my count. Grasty makes the 2nd. It's her first point tonight, and it's a 1-point Sparta lead as we seesaw back and forth, but nobody is stretching any sort of significant lead. The largest of the game was Sparta at 6 back in the first quarter, and that was before Upperman's typical starters got into the game. Upperman's largest lead, 2 points. 2:30 to go in the third quarter. Stiles hands off to Butler. Butler on Reed, driving in. That's good on good right there. Kicks out Delenti. Delenti back to Butler. She thought about it.
She did.
Instead puts the dribble down.
Boy, Upperman's got to be so careful not to pick up your dribble because the White County defenders are so big, so long, that once you pick up your dribble, they're swarming. They're all over you.
Stiles with it. We still haven't seen that half-court trap deployed again by Coach Dodge, and I imagine it's going to come at some point as this game winds down. Stiles sends over to Mullins.
Well, if you keep the ball out of the corners, I mean, if you keep it more to 3/4 around the perimeter, you're in good shape. It's when you throw it in the corners is when that trap is deadly.
Into Butler. Butler looking back door and a foul. As grabbing on was Clark as Stiles went around her. That was the set play drawn up by Coach McWilliams. Gracie Clark called for her 2nd personal, just the first team foul against Sparta. They're letting them play tonight.
They are. But that was like a defensive back knocking a receiver out of the way on a pass route.
Yeah, had to call that one. They're calling the obvious stuff, which is what you want. Butler inbounds it to Mullins, and it's knocked away out of her hands. Grasty got a finger on it. Sparta fans wanted the ball to go their way. I don't think so. 1:43 to go. I thought that one was pretty clearly last touch by Grasty. Little bobble between the official and Butler, so they'll reset it.
Oh, they're swapping.
And they're going to have Hamilton bring it in instead. Hamilton sends it out to Butler. Jones with those long outstretched arms await, but she's not going to go outside the perimeter. Butler lines up the three, triggers it, no, rebound down, fought for. Reed slides down to get it. Now Delente's down there. They're fighting for this one in 7 AAA. The arrow belongs to Sparta.
Delente, she will scrap. That's 2 times we've seen her get on the floor for a ball and save it for Upperman. I like the fact they're letting them play.
I do too. I
like that.
Love it.
I don't want to see a whole bunch. I don't want to see it in a game like this. I don't want to see the officials become part of the game. You want to see them let them play and, call the obvious, but other than that, let them go.
Got no problem at all. I'm right there with you. 1:25 to go in the third quarter. 22-21. Left side, Winningham with it. Picks up her dribble. Pivots, now spins it back. Dangerous. Grasty able to muscle to keep it. Works around Hamilton, looking in for Reed. There's 3 Lady Bees there, and they steal it away. Cora Bass with the steal. Sends it ahead to Hamilton. Now it's a foot race. Hamilton waits as Jones arrives. Back to Stiles. Butler sees the lane. She throws up the runner. Got it off the glass. Gracie Butler, the only scorer in the double figures. She's got 10, and there's 53 seconds to go in the third.
Those little short jumpers she's able to hit has been a big difference. You don't have to shoot threes all the time. Take a couple of steps in and shoot that short jumper.
Back right side, Clark. She triggers the 3. No good. Rebound down. Bass comes away. 40 seconds. See if Upperman holds for the final look here with a 1-point lead and 36 seconds to go in the third quarter.
That's a big yes. You really asked that question.
I know. Really, the question was, is Sparta come and trap and try to force a quick play?
No.
Gracie Butler stands with the ball on her left hip. So how's the weather outside? It was pretty. It was a great day
today.
today.
It was a beautiful day.
Jacob and I got out there and hit a few golf balls around. He left the door open for me for the first time, and I couldn't break through. He finally played bad. 8 seconds to go. Here comes Gracie Butler. Butler, double team. 4 seconds. Picks up her dribble. Finds Bass. Wide open for 3. No. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn ready. After 3, it's Upperman 23, Sparta 22. You're watching a big one. High school basketball, presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
One quarter to go in District 7 AAA. A Sparta victory delivers them the regular season district title. An Upperman victory makes it very interesting. Upperman would control their own destiny with 2 matchups left against Cumberland County. Only 1 district game left for Sparta. It's against Livingston on Thursday. So Upperman would be clinched in with 2 district losses, both to Sparta. They couldn't win the tiebreaker. That's why Sparta would win the district.
Yeah, and this is huge. I mean, this is huge. And that's what you expect in this district in the last week of the regular season. You expect nothing less.
This explosive White County offense has been held to 10 points rather. I can't do math. 9 points over the last 2 quarters for Sparta's offense. They scored 13 points in 2 minutes in the first meeting.
Well, something they were able to do in that first matchup was they were trying to pound the ball inside, and really Upperman's defense has done a great job of double teaming, triple teaming, Reed, Jones inside, just taking away the inside presence, and the guards haven't stepped up and hit threes.
And I hear it now as Reed gets in there and ties it up. It's a jump. Nice play for Celeste Reed. It goes to Sparta. Hey, Noah, Upperman's not scoring either. I know that. I also called a 29-28 game earlier this week.
But this is the game they want, though.
That's the kind of game they've usually played.
This is the kind of game they want. They want to take their time, to run time off the clock.
Left side, Bella Winningham has it. Winningham from the secondary logo over to Reed. Reed reverses floor, intercepted. Gracie Butler picks it off, and now it's a foot race. Butler with Grasty in the front court, puts it up. No. Mullins with a rebound. We play on. Mullins sends it over to Valenti.
Oh, she thought about it.
She was a little off balance. You're exactly right, as Mullins has it now. Over to Bass. 1 point Upperman lead. We're a minute into the fourth and final quarter of regulation. Butler drives inside again, throws it up. No good, but the call is made. Third personal on Celeste Reed. So both Reed and Butler have 3, and Butler goes to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2.
You know, you feel okay. You've got 3 fouls. It's the fourth quarter. I'm not going to panic, but when you pick up that fourth foul is when things start getting pretty crazy.
First one is good for Gracie Butler.
3 you can live with. 4, things get dicey.
How about some score updates here? As Butler's next one is good, 2 for 2. In the district, DeKalb County leads leads Livingston over on UCR 2, 29-28 at the end of 3. Again, DeKalb County leads. They led over Upperman on Friday night. They've led against Livingston today. They've led in other games and haven't been able to finish. Is tonight the night? You'll have to wait and see. Cumberland County leads Stone 26-20. Winningham for 3, in and out, no good. Reed with another rebound and a putback.
Great job, Reed, right there. Boy, Winningham, I thought she'd flush that one. It just came out. Reed did a good job blocking out, really bullying her way to a basket.
It was halfway down and it popped out. Back to a 1-point lead for Upperman. That 3-point lead, by the way, was their largest of the night.
That DeKalb team and that Stone team, when
Scary.
it comes tournament time, nobody wants to play them. I mean, it's just the competition is so good. DeKalb might be 0-8 in this district, but you put them in another district, and they're probably a 1 or 2 seed.
Bella Mullins with the basketball now. Mullins killing a little bit of clock. 6 to go. Butler puts the dribble down herself. Clark there defensively. Now Delenti. Back to Butler. 5:50 to go. Butler one-on-one. Drives and a hand check. This one's going to go on Gracie Clark. Her third. So Clark and Reed both have 3. 3 on the other side for Gracie Butler.
You know, and what you see is when they call a hand check, isn't when you put your hand on them. It's when you direct them, when you make them move a different way, and that was a good hand check call right there.
With the basketball now, Baskets over right side for Gracie Butler.
Here comes a trap.
Turn the microphone up a little bit. Ask if that helps. Is driving in. Mullins puts it up. No. Fight for the rebound. It's going out of play. I believe it's going to Sparta, and it is with 5:21 to go. Let us know in the comments if that was a little bit better. I just turned up the sound here. It was on what it's always been, but sometimes it accidentally gets kicked down just a little bit.
There's a lot of crowd noise tonight.
There's a lot of crowd noise tonight. I believe that should be a little bit better for you. And now we've got a whistle, or no whistle, and a timeout going to be called here by White County. It's full timeout. All right, full timeout called on the floor. 5:21 to go in the ball game. We'll be right back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
Get your new year started in your new ride. With a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, including the all-new 2024 Chevy Trax and Silverado, Frontier Chevy is ready to get you into your next vehicle. View inventory online at www.kcchevy.com or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Frontier Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. I think you can hear us a little bit better now. 5:21 to go in the ball game. It's 25-24. Upperman on top. This one's still up in the air. It's been the whole way.
Game.
We thought it'd be closer. It was a 26-point win for Sparta, but kind of been the story of the last few seasons. Sparta's won a lopsided game. Upperman's answered with a win. Of course, Upperman rolled in a district championship game in dominant fashion. So been kind of all over the map when these two teams get together. Just depends on what happens on any given night.
It really is, and it's just that's what you love about when these two teams play, because you never know what's going to happen.
Lakeland Grasty sends over left side for Piper Price. Price back to Grasty. She starts to drive. Grasty gets to the spot, and what a finish for Lakeland Grasty.
Yeah, that was a great shot, great stop. Great decision not to drive on in and try and draw a foul, but the short jumper was open, and she took it.
Celeste Reed with those 3 fouls. Got a quick breather, but she's back at the table now. 4:50 to go in the ball game. A 1-point Sparta lead. Mullins sends it into Butler. Butler, couple of dribbles, floats back for DeLenti. Taylor DeLenti lines up the deep 3. That one no good. A chance for Sparta to re-stretch their lead. Gracie Clark with it now. Clark fires it over to Grasty. Bobbled it, now corrals. Back to the top of the key for Winningham. She steps up, thought about it, now over to Grasty. Grasty drives, swings it underneath over to Winningham. Winningham now a little shot fake, throws up the runner. No, rebound tipped by Butler, but Jones runs it down. Back to Grasty, and we're going to have a timeout called by Michael Dodgen. 32nd timeout with 4:17 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, I think he did that to let Celeste Reed get in the game. He sees something in Upperman's defense that he wants to exploit right here. He wanted to get Reed back in the game. That's why he took the quick 30-second timeout.
York is up 53-15.
Wow.
Over Warren County, over on UCR 3.
Now, is that the number 1 team in the UC?
They are the number 4 ranked team. We got
I read some of the
top
comments.
5. Oh,
I read some of the comments.
People love that. The number 1 ranked team are the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers. They're coming off a couple of huge wins over Lebanon. The number 2 ranked team, these White County Warriorettes. The number 3 ranked team, these Upperman Lady Bees. York right there in that 4 spot. Pickett County in the 5. All 5 teams, ladies and gentlemen, could win a gold ball this year in their respective classifications.
That would be awesome. And I'll just go ahead and say it right now. I think it's a shame that Cookeville and White County don't play anymore, because that was an unbelievable rivalry. I love this rivalry, but why can't you still have Cookeville and White County? Why can't you still play that game? Because that's an awesome gate for everybody.
Brought to you by the opinion of Buddy Pearson.
That's right. Bring it back. Bring it back. It'll be great gates for both schools.
Ooh, Butler called for it. Got to be careful. She's got 4 personals now. And
now is when you
show.
start. Yeah.
And
now.
Trip to the line for Celeste Reed to shoot 2. Butler thought she got all ball. The official says nope, it was on the arm. And 2 shots for Reed as they try to stretch their lead.
Nobody's coming in.
Yeah, they need her on the floor, I think, more than anything else. First free throw for Reed. She got it. 10 points tonight for Celeste Reed. She's got a bunch of rebounds to go along with it. She takes a deep breath, flies away the second. 2 for 2, and Sparta's lead is back up to 3 as we tick the 3:55 to go. Trying to do what very few teams do. Come into this building, especially when it's this packed, and beat this basketball team. Bella Mullins has it now. Mullins works it around the right side. Sparta's playing man-to-man all night long. Butler, left side now DeLenti. She's picked up by Grasty, back to Butler.
Boy, they're doing such a good job switching right now. Yeah, and I think you want to see DeLente put a screen on Reed and get Reed off of Butler.
Butler with Reed defending. She's got those 3 fouls. 3:20 to go. Now DeLente has it. She sends it over to Stiles. They usually set this play looking for a shooter. Stiles instead spins it right side. Back to Butler. Butler drives and kicks to Stiles.
Oh.
Nearly traveled. Back to Butler. Bobbled it, got it back. Butler lines up the triple. It's on the way. No. Rebound. Hamilton got to the spot. Tie up and a jump. Good effort by both Hamilton and Winningham. The arrow belongs to Upperman with exactly 3 minutes to go.
It was, because Hamilton got to the ball first, and then Winningham came in and did a good job of tying it up. Hamilton had good position. She did what she was supposed to do, but Winningham just was able to get her hands on the basketball.
Butler inbounds it to Stiles. Now back out Mullins. Mullins over to DeLenti. Time ticking away now. It's going to get late in a hurry here with a 3-point Sparta lead. Over to Butler.
You almost feel like somebody's going to have to drive to the basket and try and get a 3-point play here. I'm not so sure that White County is going to surrender a 3-point shot. At least not close to the line. They might take one 2 or 3 feet behind the 3-point line, but I just don't see White County giving up a 3 here.
Now nearly a steal. Winningham again on the floor. There's another tie-up, another jump. This time the arrow belongs to White County.
Winningham, another great heads-up play. Just reaching for the basketball, creating some havoc. Dana McWilliams wants a timeout.
Dana McWilliams wants a 30-second timeout to talk about things with 2:28 to go in the ball game. I believe the sound is okay now. We got it corrected. We're just making sure if anybody's sound is repeating, just refresh your stream. We're good on connection. We're good on all of our readings here with 2:28 to go in the ball game. It's a 3-point Sparta lead. This is a huge possession here for White County, but if they lead with points, 2-possession lead in a low-scoring game like this feels like a 3 or 4 possession lead.
Yeah, you're down 3, you got a chance to tie it, but if you're down more than 3, it becomes a 2-possession ball game, and right now possessions are hard to come by, especially late in this game.
Now bringing it up here is Sparta, working it around Grasty. Pulls up the rudder. Got it. Lakeland Grasty with a finish.
That's a huge play. She's had a couple of big baskets here in the fourth quarter.
Now here's Ava Mae Allen. Now over. Gracie Butler has it. Butler. 2 minutes to go. Upperman has not a ton of urgency right now. Mullins with it. Sparta trying to close out the regular season district title in the best girls basketball district in the state. Offensive foul. Moving screen on Delenti. Possession back the other way as Winningham drew it. And possession back to Sparta. They can feel it now with this lead. And a quick inbound here for White County.
Winningham again on another nice, smart heads-up play.
Grasty with it.
They're going to have to foul. You're getting
now
in foul territory.
Reed. It's going to be intercepted. Now it's picked off. Bella Mullins with the steal. Foot race with Grasty. Mullins puts it up. Good. Bella Mullins with a big steal and score.
That was huge. Bella Mullins coming up with a big play. Just watching where the ball goes.
Now near another steal, tipped up into the air. Jones has it. It's a foot race. Stiles looking to save it. She does. It went to Sparta. Here comes Winningham. She's working away from the defense. Winningham for 2. No. Rebound tip to Mullins. 3-on-1 for Upperman. Here comes Mullins ahead.
She's got numbers.
Mullins looking back. And it's going the other way. Upperman wanted a foul. They won't get it. Now nearly another steal. 58 seconds. It goes over to Grasty.
They're going to have to foul.
Coach McWilliams calling for a foul, and there goes Mullins to do it with 52 seconds to go.
Wow. There was some physical play going on there, but you know what? That's how they've been calling it all night. That was a big no call, but
chaotic sequence there. Deja vu a little bit.
Yeah. So they're still not in the bonus.
They are not. 2 more before they get there. 1 foul to give, then the next one would send Sparta to the line, as that's the 3rd team foul against Upperman. Gracie Butler off for offense, and she has those 4 fouls. Clark with it. Allen trying to foul, and she does. Ava Mae Allen picks up the personal. That's her 2nd. Next one sends Sparta to the line. They has not been money at the free throw line tonight for White County.
They have not. I'm sitting here looking at some stats and seeing who they might want to foul.
Winningham is there.
Not Jones.
Valenti goes to hold, and there's going to be the foul. Winningham will go to the line to shoot 2. The sophomore guard could make it a 2-possession game if just 1 goes.
63% free throw shooter.
They really need her to be at least 50%. If you're watching on YouTube, go to Facebook. Our audio is good there. The YouTube stream is where the issue is. First free throw for Winningham is no good. Butler gets it in to Bass. If you are watching on YouTube, go to Facebook. There's 46 seconds to go in the game. Next one, no, but the rebound is run down by Grasty. 0 for 2, Mullins fouls Grasty. 2 misses, but an extra life here for White County.
Boy, and Grasty, she has come up so big here in the fourth quarter. A couple of short jumpers, and now she's got a chance to make it a 2-possession game.
First one, no good again.
Oh, my goodness.
White County cannot get one. Again, if you are on YouTube, come to Facebook. I can't end both streams at the same time, so we'll let it ride over there. Come to Facebook or Twitter. Grasty makes the 2nd. 1 for 4 goes Sparta, and it's at a big time. Stick around postgame for the South Willow Auto Clinic postgame show. We'll go through the scoring, talk about the game, and have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game, and then we will move into the boys' game. Big one there, finally. One went for Sparta. They got a 4-point lead.
Yeah, this is, it's just been a prize fight, going back, forth, but just a couple of those extra plays. Grasty made a couple of nice short baskets. You had Winningham come up with some really nice defensive plays, just grabbing a couple of loose balls to make a jump ball or running somebody into a screen, doing all the little things. That's how you win big games, is with the little things, getting the loose balls, getting the jump balls, and then Grasty making the free throws, or at least making a free throw to make it a two-possession basketball game. Oh.
They put the ball down quickly here. Bass
counting.
trying to get it in. She does to Butler. Yeah. 4-point game. Upperman does not need a 3 as they give over to Bass, but a 2 is hard to come by against Sparta.
Well, time's running out. Somebody's going to have to.
And there's going to be a foul on Winningham, and Coach Dodgen says that's fine.
Yeah.
Third personal on Winningham, the third team foul against Sparta. They still have one more to give, so they can be aggressive. That new foul rule looms real large in games like this.
It does. Like you said, they can be very aggressive. They can go for the steals. They can go for jump balls. And may or may not get the call.
Bass picks up her dribble. Running out of time.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a timeout called by Dana McWilliams.
Pick up the dribble.
With 4.99999 seconds off that 5-second clock. And it's going to be a full timeout called by Upperman. Final score over on UCR2, 43-35. Livingston does defeat DeKalb County. Livingston gets to 5-4 in District 7 AAA.
Looks like they're going to be at least the number 4 seed.
Right, exactly right. And
they got one more game left.
It's up in the air against Sparta. That game, Cumberland County at 4-3 right now with 2 games against this Lady Bees team coming up later on this week. Livingston could theoretically, if Upperman won both those games, jump up to that 3 seed where they would face DeKalb County, who just pushed them. But this is the thing. DeKalb County's 0-9 in this district. They could absolutely beat anybody.
Absolutely.
They could absolutely beat anybody. So there is no gimme in 7 AAA.
Nobody's going to take them lightly either.
Which is exactly why the top 2 are so important.
Yeah.
Right now, these 2 teams sit in the top 2. If White County wins this game, they win this district, and it'll be Upperman against CC battling for that 2nd spot. If Upperman comes back in dramatic fashion to win this one, all bets are off.
Well, just think whoever that number 3 seed is going to have to play DeKalb because they'll be the number 6 seed, and you don't want to have to play them in an elimination game in that play-in game.
All right, so we're having no problems in the building. Some people are saying they're having no problems. If you are, change your stream. If you're not, change your internet, whatever. We're getting all green lights here. As Butler's going to inbound here with 27 seconds to go. Gets it to Mullins. Mullins activates inside on Grasty. Throws up the shot. No call. Rebound down to Jones. Jones is fouled, and time ticking out on Upperman. White County on the doorstep of the regular season district title with 20 seconds to go and 2 for Ava Jones at the charity stripe.
Yeah, she's a really good free throw shooter. Shoots 84%. That's not who you want to have to foul if you're Upperman.
Jones at the line. She's been a force, particularly on defense in this game. Flies away the first, and she got it.
Big shot there by Ava Jones.
Just 3 points tonight, but that's a huge one. The next one to make it a 6-point game. Up, good, 2 for 2. White County looking to clutch up and win this district in the regular season. Here's Bass in the half court. Upperman probably needs a 3. Foul caught on the floor. It's the 4th on Winningham. It's the 4th team foul, 15.8. Even another foul is not the worst case scenario for Sparta because Upperman needs 3.
Yep. Even if you put them at the line shooting 2, the only thing you're doing is you're stopping the clock and letting them score, but at the same time, you're only letting them score 2 at a time.
Bass kicks to Butler. Butler lines up the deep 3, and she buried it.
Timeout.
Timeout called by Dana McWilliams. Upperman not done yet. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for Gracie Butler. She's been good tonight. 15 points in the ball game for her. It's a 3-point game, 9.3 for Sparta. They make their free throws. They're going to win this basketball game, assuming they don't turn the basketball over.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They've got to inbound the basketball before there can be a foul. I mean, anything can happen on the inbounds, and I think this is probably what Dana is telling her players who to watch for. But a lot of times you're so concentrated on somebody coming to the ball that you don't want to let somebody go deep and throw that deep pass.
White County had scored 9 points in 2 quarters. They rallied here. Lakeland Grasty with 5 big ones in this quarter. Celeste Reed with 4, and then 2 huge free throws on the last possession for Ava Jones. They have this 3-point lead as they're looking for win number 25 out of 27. And this one would be one of the most impressive in an atmosphere like this tonight in this district.
Well, this has got postseason written all over it. I mean, this is a postseason feel.
We can see it in a week and a half.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's as electric right here, and it just elevates, what could happen again in the postseason when these two teams will probably see each other again.
9.5 seconds on the clock here. Ava Jones to inbound. She can run the baseline here.
Okay, they're not putting anybody on Jones.
Looking to inbound. Getting it in, Clark steps through in the foul, comes with 7.7 seconds on the clock. Gracie Clark will go to the line to shoot 2. She makes 1. It's probably, emphasis on probably, enough.
She's a pretty good free throw shooter, too,
She
83%.
is. Sparta has shot the free throws really well all season long as a team. Clark sets up, flies it away. Money.
You know, they had struggled hitting their free throws pretty much for 3 quarters, and then with the game on the line here in the fourth quarter, they hit the clutch shots they needed to.
And Coach Dodgen says, be smart, don't foul. 7.7 seconds on the clock. It's 34-30. Second one, money. Ice water in the veins, to your point, buddy. Celeste Reed has 2 free throws here. Grasty has 1. 2 for 2 for Ava Jones. 2 for 2 for Gracie Clark. That clutch gene that Sparta's needed tonight, they've had it. 7.7 seconds. Time running out in this one.
That's why they're up by 5. They finally got to the point where they started hitting their free throws. I mean, you think about all the free throws they missed earlier in the game. I mean, it's probably a 10-point game at this point if they hit their free throws. So they didn't, but with the game on the line, they had some players step up. And what you want to do here, I don't know that I wouldn't even just go ahead and get into a soft full-court press, because they can't roll the ball up court. If you do that, they have to pick it up. The clock has to immediately tick off, and then they're going to have to just run down and throw up a desperation.
Cumberland County defeats Stone Memorial tonight 38-30. So CC sits in the 3 seed right now at 5-3. If this result holds, Upperman will have a 1-game lead with 2 matchups to go against Cumberland County on Thursday and Saturday. Thursday in this gym, Saturday in Crossville.
And let's say hypothetically, what if Upperman and Cumberland County split, or Cumberland County sweeps, and Upperman has 3, they have 3. Is that possible for them to both have 3 losses?
It is possible for both of them to have 3 losses. As here's Butler in the half court. She lost the handle on it. It goes the other way. A Cumberland County sweep. They both have 3, and CC would be the 2 seed with the head-to-head tiebreaker.
Gotcha.
Inbounds here, and a big-time win for White County. They come on the road to Baxter and clinch the 1 seed. The White County Warriorettes are the regular season District 7 AAA champions as they win it tonight by a final score of 35-30. We welcome you into the South Willow Auto Clinic postgame show. South Willow Auto Clinic, your hometown auto doctors. Buddy, this is a White County team that's had to do it in various ways. They went in overtime last week in Crossville in dramatic fashion, 53-52. More high scoring than tonight's game, 35-30. They trailed in the fourth quarter. They gutted it out, and they get a big win. And,
you know, it really wasn't their stars that came through. It was some of the other support players, some of the role players coming through. Winningham, Grasty, it was Jones hitting a couple of 3-pointers, but, I mean, it was just some gritty defense. It was some good timely rebounding. It was some good shots and some free throws, very timely free throws in the fourth quarter that elevated White County to a huge win. This is a huge win. This is a bona fide win, probably the best win they have on their schedule so far.
And we wondered what this game would look like. When you blow somebody out, that second game around is always tough. And I was talking to a coach earlier about how difficult it is when you know each other so well. And even if you have a matchmaking or a advantage on the floor somewhere, a mismatch, these coaches in this district are so good about adjusting to it. We saw Upperman adjust to the size tonight. In White County, it wasn't as simple as it was in Sparta, but they pivoted and they answered the call in a major way to get this victory.
Well, they did, and they did it in probably an unconventional way, because they didn't really hit a bunch of threes. They didn't really dominate inside like they have in the past, but they just made some timely baskets, some short jumpers, stick back by Reed down there. It was just some little things. It wasn't anything impressive, but, man, it's the little things that add up in a huge basketball game that elevates you to that next level, because when you get down that glass house, every possession, every free throw, every rebound is magnified 10 times, and you've got to find different ways to win, and that's what they did. They found a different way to win tonight.
They absolutely did. Scoring from the game is as follows. First for Upperman, 15 points for Gracie Butler. She was good tonight. 7 for Bella Mullins, 3 apiece for Taylor Delenti and Allie Jones, 2 for Bella Stiles, for a team total of 30. For the victorious White County Warriorettes this evening, it was 11 points for Celeste Reed, 8 for Gracie Clark, 6 for Lakeland Grasty, 4 for Ava Jones, all at the free throw line. 3 for Bella Winningham and Ashlyn Selby for a team total of 35. It's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. It's not an easy call tonight for me. Who's it going to be, buddy?
You know, normally you would give it to one of the big players, maybe that had the big scoring. But I'm a role player, man. That was me. I was a role player. I know my role. I'm not going to be a star, man. I'm going to come in. I'm going to be a role. And I really think Grasty had an impact in the fourth quarter with the 2 baskets and the free throws. I mean, that driving layup there late in the game was the difference. That put them up 2 possessions.
Yeah, exactly right. And she hit that little runner inside. Yeah. That was a huge one for Lakeland Grasty. Lakeland Grasty is the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Here's where we stand in 7 AAA. It's over for the 1 seed. White County, the 1 seed. They have the first round bye locked up. Yep. They will face have the most favorable path on paper. It's no easy path in 7 AAA through the district tournament. They've also clinched their spot in the district or in the region tournament, where every 7 AAA team is going to be a pretty noticeable favorite on paper ahead of those matchups. They improved to 25-2 on the season with the win, 8-1 in the district. Upperman, they fall to 22-4 on the season, just 22-4 on the season, 6-2 in District 7 AAA. As we look down the list, those are the top 2 seeds as we sit. It gets very interesting in the battle for second. Cumberland County right there at 5-3, a 1 game back of Upperman, and they face each other twice, Thursday and Saturday. No Kim Cram in that first game for Cumberland County. Their coach won't be on the bench. It'll be here in this gym. The last couple of years, Upperman has totally had Cumberland County's number, but it's a different Cumberland County team. They had a ton of talent last year. It looks very different this year with tons of talent in different places. They will play on Thursday and Saturday. Livingston, they can still sneak up there.
I was going to say, let's say hypothetically, Upperman's got 2 losses in the district now.
They do.
They get swept by Cumberland County. Not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying hypothetical. Then all of a sudden, Livingston beats White County.
And they still can't quite catch them. Livingston could catch Cumberland County. They cannot catch Upperman because Livingston has 4 district losses already. They are 5-4 in the district, and Upperman swept the season series over Livingston Academy.
So Upperman can't do any worse than 3rd.
Correct. Upperman cannot do any worse than 3rd. But the difference between 2nd and 3rd, monumental, because you're not having to play that elimination game to open up your postseason. So Livingston right there at 5-4. They can get to that 3rd spot, though, if Upperman were to sweep Cumberland County. And the 5 spot, Stone Memorial, they're there at 2-6, locked into that 5 spot. DeKalb County at 0-8, locked into that 6th spot. They know they'll have to play for their seasons to open up the district tournament. Well, we'll take a brief intermission here and then turn our page to the boys' game between the Bees and the Warriors. A lot more to come tonight. The Warriorettes get it done in the first half, though, 35-30. Don't go anywhere. We're just getting started tonight from Baxter, Tennessee. Well, welcome back. It's time for another Crouch Team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show. It's the boys' game between Upperman and White County. The Bees trying to clinch a top 2 seed in the upcoming district tournament. The Warriors trying to get up in there and the running for a 2 seed as well. This one should be a good one. I'm Noah McKay, joined again by Buddy Pearson. The Bees have 20-4 record, 6-1 in the district. They've won 9 straight games, 14 of their last 15.
Wow.
With this upstart Warriors team at 10-10. Most of those wins have come since after Christmas when Trip Pinion got back into the lineup, their best player. They are 5-3 in the district, and they're coming off a 52-34 win at Cumberland County. Maybe a little stall ball tonight out of the White County Warriors. We saw them do that against Stone, make it a little bit ugly.
Yeah.
Upperman firing on all cylinders right now.
Well, it's almost reverse of what the game, girls' game was, where you see Upperman trying to stall and White County wanting to really run it. And here, it's in the boys' game, it's going to be White County trying to just slow down that fast-paced offense of Upperman, led by the Cobb kid, who is Ty Cobb, who is so good. I mean, you just watch him, like the alley-oop dunk that you guys have been showing. That's just he's a maestro on the court because he makes things happen, and it's string music, baby. He's awesome to watch.
He is awesome to watch. He is a Mr. Basketball candidate. You may have gotten a Mr. Basketball vote from the getting older man sitting next to you, as did somebody else in this district, Cade Capps, bona fide stud up there at Stone Memorial. This one's an interesting one. They've gotten together once already this year, a couple of weeks ago back in Sparta, and it was a 52-42 win for Upperman. Upperman led throughout the majority of the game, but Sparta doing what they did. They hung around. They kept it interesting. Trip Pinion leading a core of very young White County Warriors. Cole Sims can shoot the lights out of a building. We saw him jumping up and out of the gym, essentially, back during the halftime of the girls' game. So this one has a lot of intrigue to it as we get fired up and ready to go.
Well, you see this is a rebuilding team. I mean, White County went to the state last year. They had a senior-laden team, but you've got a Trip Pinion who has enough playing time. He's a veteran, and he really leads this team. He's the floor leader, and you need him on the floor. You need him leading these young guys because they're going to follow where he leads. And as Trip Pinion goes, so goes White County. And it's just going to be one of those things where if Trip Pinion comes out and he's on fire and he has a great game, and you might see him matched up against Ty Cobb, who knows? That'd be an awesome matchup. But still, it's one of those things where he is an athlete and he's a winner, and we've seen him just make some incredible plays over and over and over again.
It's going to be a different starting lineup tonight for the Upperman Bees because, once again, it is senior night.
Yeah.
They also rotate a lot of players. They go 9-10 deep, so you never know on any given night who may be in that starting lineup. There's also all the lights go down, and they have another pregame hype video. They do it really well here in Baxter, Tennessee, with the spotlights and all the various bells and whistles. I'm Noah McKay. He's Buddy Pearson. Kaylee Dick producing things for us today. Let us know in the comment section who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. As always, please hit that share button so your family and friends know they can watch this game live on Facebook. Again, if you're having any issues with one of the streams, just jump over to the other one. We're also on YouTube. Refresh your connection. We've got all green lights here in this gym, and for the most part, everyone said that it's working well. Make sure we have starting lineups correct once the lights come back on. Before I bring them to you, we'll tell you who they are. We're presented by Nick's Restaurant this evening. We appreciate them for making it possible for us to be here as we gear up in the final week of the regular season. A lot of games happening across the Upper Cumberland over the next 6 days. We will have 24 total games for you streamed across the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Yeah, I wish we'd have had hype videos when I played basketball. It had been on VHS, though.
Starting lineups in this game are as follows. First for the White County Warriors and their head coach Eric Mitchell with a record of 10 wins, 10 losses, 5-3 in District 7 AAA. Number 0, Cole Sims. Number 3, Chip Pinion. Number 4, Gage Stevenson. Number 20, Jackson Young. And number 23, Lucas Smith. For the Upperman Bees and our head coach Bobby McWilliams with a record of 20 victories and 4 losses, 6-1 in District 7 AAA. They are the number 2 ranked team in the Upper Cumberland. Number 0, Ty Cobb. Number 11, Cam Bush. Number 15, Clayton Harris. Number 32, Isaiah Helms. And number 21, Braden Roberts. Starters once again for White County: Sims, Pinion, Stevenson, Young, and Smith. For Upperman, Cobb, Bush, Harris, Roberts, and Helms. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Upperman can clinch a top 2 seed in the district tournament. Yeah. That's the money one. You want to win it. You always want to win another championship, but to clinch a top 2 seed gives you the berth into the region tournament. No matter what happens, even if you have a bad game in the district tournament, your season does not end. White County in the maroon jerseys, maroon shorts, gray numbers and letters outlined in white trim. Upperman in the home white jerseys, white shorts, gold numbers in the front and the back with black Upperman across the chest plate. Lead official blows the whistle, throws it up. We're playing in 7 AAA once again, tip 1 by White County.
Yeah, I like senior night. I like seeing the seniors have a chance to come out and play against a rival in a big game. You might have sit the bench all season. Maybe you haven't played a whole lot, but this is your time to really make an impact.
The funny part about that is for Upperman, almost everybody's played because they rotate them all. They like their depth a lot. It's one of the deepest teams Bobby McWilliams says he's ever had. As Sparta goes right side, drives baseline, now back around left side. Driving inside Sims. He reverses out to Pinion. Pinion with a shot fake. He kicks out right side. I wonder how many shots Sparta takes in this first half, as that one's no good. Rebound tipped up. Bush comes away with it. Upperman will play 10 on any given night as Ty Cobb drives in. Little bump, no call. We play on. It goes to Sparta.
Well, the officials picked up here in the boys' game where they left off in the girls' game. Really not calling a whole lot, but, you know, that's all right. They're not calling a lot.
Yeah, letting them play as the Upperman settles into a 2-3 zone. Trip Pinion with it now at the top of the circle. Works off a screen right side, bounces into the corner, and now there's going to be a travel. Take it off before the dribble went down, so possession goes back the other way. We're watching tonight. You are watching tonight on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. There are how we're able to do 24 games plus a coach's show. 25 streams for you this week because of our friends at Frontier Chevy, located right between Cookeville and Livingston off of 111. If you're buying or selling, trading in maybe, go and check out our friends at Frontier Chevrolet. And don't buy till you see Jason 5. Left side, Cam Bush with it. He bounces over to Clayton Harris. Harris to Isaiah Helms. He can shoot it. Triggers the 3. No. Hit one against DeKalb County. Rebound down to Gage Stevenson. And slow start offensively for both these teams. 90 seconds in and 0-0.
Yeah, just not a whole lot happening on the offensive end. A lot of good passing, a lot of good defense. A couple of shots, a couple of misses.
Upperman has been red hot. They were in a fairly tight game with Livingston midway through the second quarter. After that buzzer-beating victory, Braden Roberts banked in the 3 here in their last home game to beat Stone. They went to Livingston, a little slow start for them. And then they won an 11-0 run as a little mid-range bunny jumper is up and good for Cole Sims. And they took off from there. Blew out Livingston, blew out DeKalb County, and now facing a Sparta team that will slow down the rock. It's Ty Cobb going to explode inside. Cobb up and strong for 2.
Man, he explodes to the basket. And then when he got in the air, he did a great job of evading the defender and still being able to finish off the layup.
Into the corner it goes for White County. That pass tipped up and intercepted by Roberts. 2-on-1. Roberts alley-oop to Cobb. Back over to Roberts with a tip
nice pass. Great tip pass by Cobb back to him. Unselfish play.
2 points and an assist so far for Ty Cobb. Claps his hands together as Upperman now leads 4-2. Yeah, all of a sudden Upperman started to play above the rim the past couple of games, which is the one part that they haven't had a ton of. Is Sims. He's so good. Just a freshman. Buries that one for 2.
Well, he's got a lot of Trip Pinion. I mean, he looks a lot like Trip Pinion. Same kind of build, same kind of scrappy play.
Braden Roberts sends to Helms as Bronston Chaffin's at the table. Imagine he's about to check in for Helms. Cobb kicks over to Roberts. Little shot fake back to Cobb. Now Roberts with it. 4:45 to go in the first quarter. Harris reverses floor for Bush. Now Helms with it. Bush to Roberts. Roberts from way downtown. No good. Long rebound. Clayton Harris runs it down. Sends it over to Roberts. Roberts, mid-range runner, good.
Nice. Great hustle there to run down the rebound, make the pass.
Clayton Harris with the grab and the assist. Roberts has 4 points. Upperman's lead is 6-4. Now Pinion on the other side. Kicks to Sims. Sims, little mid-range jumper up for him. No good. Rebound tipped out of play, and it'll go to Upperman. Subs in for both teams here, 2 apiece. Make it 3 for Upperman. As Nate Griffin's going to check in. And Lucas Dickerson checks in as well. Branson Turnbow, Evan Huddleston, and Bronston Chaffin in for the Bees as they're back towards more standard 5 rotation. They rotate in and out. Helms will play more. Harris will play more as well. We've seen this 5 on the floor together a lot this year. Cobb with it. Again here on senior night, Cobb drives inside. Ty Cobb throws up the runner, no. Rebound down. Griffin with a nice save, but Chaffin was there, tipped it to himself. Now Turnbow over to Cobb. He triggers the three. No. Rebound down, skying up his Pinion, and he spins it out with a ton of speed. Trip Pinion and Bronston Chaffin. Quarterback on quarterback as Pinion kicks back to Stevenson. He triggers the three. Got it. Gage Stevenson with a Domino's three.
You always like to hit that trailer. It's just kind of coming up the floor. You turn around, look, he's right there. Nice three-point shot.
The old Villanova play. Flip back for three.
Yep.
That was Villanova, right? In the national championship game a few years ago.
Yep.
Villanova was in that game, I know at least. Robert with it. Now left side, Evan Huddleston. Huddleston to Turnbow. Upperman trails with the basketball by one. Huddleston has it swiped by Stevenson, but it went right to Turnbow. Drives baseline. Turnbow reverses Florida Roberts. Now over to Huddleston. Tic-tac-toe for three. No. Rebound. Huddleston ran it down, then it's swiped by Pinion. Trip Pinion looking to go coast to coast. Strong inside. Puts it up with the left hand and good.
Well, how many times have we seen that young man do that throughout his career? Just go coast to coast, use his body to shield the defender, put up a left-handed layup.
Just a junior.
Just a junior. I feel like he's been playing for 10 years.
I know. That's what happens when you play a lot as a freshman. For us, we're not used to calling a lot of freshmen's name. His left side, Turnbow with it. Chaffin posting up. That one's kicked by Griffin. It'll stay on this end. 2:23 to go in the first quarter. Sparta with a good start. They lead 9-6 here on the road.
Upperman's getting some decent shots. They've just not knocked them down.
Sparta, remember, is the team that beat Stone Memorial. They've got 5 district wins. They've come a little bit out of nowhere, losing 5 key contributors from last year's state tournament team, but Eric Mitchell's still their coach, and they still got a lot of talent. As Ty Cobb starts to drive, and that'll be a hand check call on Sims. And that is the first foul called in the game. 2:08 to go in the first quarter. So Huddleston gets it into Turnbow, checks back towards his head coach to get the play. Continue to comment along with us here this evening. Thanks for joining us. We've got 3 doubleheaders going for you simultaneously. As Turnbow gives left side over on UCR2, it's Livingston and DeKalb County in the district, and an offensive foul's called for away from the ball. It goes on Ty Cobb. That's his first, team's first. It goes back to Sparta. Over on UCR3, it's York against Warren County tonight. Pioneers and the Dragons. Jacobs on the call there. Roger and Rusty, I believe it was the crew, in Smithville tonight.
Good trap.
Now a steal here for Upperman. It goes to Cobb. Cobb in the half court. No look feed. What a pass. Evan Huddleston for 2.
Great defense. Nice pass.
1:26 to go in the first quarter. It's 9-8. Now weaving into the half court. Pinion able to flip it over to Sims. Sims off the dribble. Drives inside. Goes up. Cobb went down a little bit easy, and the rebound comes down to him. Huddleston sends over to Roberts. 1:08 to go in the first. It's 9-8. Sparta on top. Chaffin inside. Turns into a double team. As sliding in there was Dickerson, but ties him up in the arm, so it's going to be a foul call.
Well, you've got freshman on freshman, Sims on Cobb, and Sims is really in his grill. I mean, those guys are really, in each other's back pocket.
Jack Torrance checks in. Ty Cobb going to get a breather here for 1:03, I would imagine. That inbounds pass went off the base of the backboard, and it went right to Sparta. They were looking inside for Chaffin. Instead, an opportunity for Pinion to extend the lead for White County. See if they may hold here for the final look. 50 seconds. I think that's what Eric Mitchell just pointed up at the clock.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely kind of falling right into the game plan of White County, playing this slow, low scoring. 9-8 first quarter.
It's kind of the inverse of the girls' game.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
Upperman wanted to make that one a low-scoring affair. This time Sparta does the same. And Sparta's trying to ensure they go into the second quarter with a lead. As they hold it 9-8 right now. And we will wait. 18 seconds on the clock.
Upperman just in that 2-3 zone.
Now they go to work. Left side Dickerson sends it out. Back over Dickerson. Triggers the three. Online and bottom.
Wow.
Got it. A Domino's three for Lucas Dickerson. This would count for Turnbow as he got all of it. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. A good one for the road team as we head to the second. It's Sparta 12, Upperman 8. You're watching high school basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
When it comes to caring for your land, you need an all-around performer to make your life easier. One that's tried and true. That's a John Deere compact tractor from Tri-Green Equipment. User-friendly tractors that are big on performance and operator comfort.
Twelve to 8, Sparta leads Upperman here on the road as White County trying to do what very, very few schools have done. Come into this gym and sweep the doubleheader against Upperman. To go back a year plus, I think, since that has happened in this gym to Upperman, but a long way to go in this one. Cole Sims with a good first quarter. He had 4 points. Lucas Dickerson added in a triple to end the frame. Braden Roberts with 4 for Upperman, and it's going to be Bees basketball as we open up the second quarter. I'm Noah McKay. He's Buddy Pearson. Kaylee is producing things for us this evening. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Monday night. We got a busy week. We'll have more games for you tomorrow. We'll tell you about them at the end of the Happy Heller halftime show, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Wow.
Until we hit to the postseason. And now we have a foul inside as they were trying to tie up. We were talking during the break, Buddy. They were really trying to get physical with Ty Cobb, but that's the second on Cole Sims.
And he's the one, I mean, it's his assignment. Ty Cobb is his assignment tonight. Like I said, freshman on freshman, 0 on 0, athlete on athlete. So it's been interesting so far. It's been very physical.
Huddleston with an offensive rebound, the putback. He's going to go to the line as he's fouled to shoot 2 at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line.
And you look at this White County team, they just have one player averaging in double figures in points, and that's Trip Pinion. Sims is close with 9, but they don't score a lot of points. You don't have a lot of offense, and it's so different than what we've seen in the past. I mean, those last teams, the last 2 or 3 years where they could really put some points on the board and made that great run to the state tournament. But you got to rebuild, and I tell you what, Eric Mitchell's got a nice nucleus of young players out there with Trip Pinion leading the way.
You know, it's funny, 3 years ago it was all those sophomores, right? Jacob Davis and Thomas Paul and Japeth Richmond, and then they turned into those seniors who went on the run. Now it's a lot of freshmen and sophomores again as they try to re-rack them and do it again. It's just the ebbs and flows of high school sports, and the one constant, Eric Mitchell sitting over there on the bench, right wing side here, driving in Griffin. Cobb picks him up defensively in the zone, back over to Pinion. Pinion out of the corner. He drives inside. Pinion with a nice reverse feed to Stevenson. Corner 3, no. Cobb with a box out in the board, and now Cobb pushing the tempo. Shielding off the defense behind the back. Cobb over to Torrance. Torrance sends it back over to Ty Cobb. Cobb slicing through, and a foul on the floor for a hold. If this is on Sims, it's his 3rd. Big call here.
Well, it's just getting too physical. I mean, you can guard somebody to a certain degree, but you can't foul them the entire game.
It's on Dickerson. That's his 2nd. And Dickerson does come out of the game. As Chaffin has it poked, goes to get it back. Sends it inside to Harris. Little hesitation. Shot fake, good and one. Clayton Harris with a finish, and we'll go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play.
Good patience after getting the feed from Chaffin. Instead of going straight up where there was 2 defenders on him, just paused momentarily. Then he went up, got that foul. Opportunity for a 3-point play. They are going to say the basket was good, right?
The basket is good. See who that foul went against.
Yeah, maybe that's the...
Lucas Smith, I believe, called for the personal, at least if I'm reading the board correctly, so that'll be his 1st. It's already the team's 4th with 6:47 to go in the second. Upperman can shoot a bunch of free throws as the free throw is no good here. Rebound down to Griffin.
You kind of feel like Upperman's, it's just building to where they're about ready to make a run and ready to have a little offensive explosion.
Pinion slicing through. He kicks out for Stevenson. Stevenson at the top of the zone, back out for Pinion. Pinion drives and kicks back. Now to Sims.
What's Cobb got, 2 points?
He has 2 points. He had 29 on Friday in DeKalb. He had 24 at the break. He only played a couple of minutes in the third quarter before it was completely out of hand, and he took a seat. 6:09 to go. Trapped in the corner, and it's going to be a timeout called by Eric Mitchell. The get-out-of-jail-free card, that 30-second timeout.
Yeah, that corner will get you when you pick up your dribble and you're looking for help over there.
Let's pull up what games we have coming up the remainder of this week. And as I mentioned, it is a busy, busy week. Coming up tomorrow night, Cookeville travels to Smyrna. I'll be there on the call for that one on UCR2. On the main page, it's going to be Gordonsville at Pickett County. Casey and Rusty on the call there in 7 single A. On Wednesday, it's the UCR Coaches Show presented by Fire and Vine on 6 o'clock. I believe we're going to have another roundtable, and we will unveil the latest UC top 5. On Thursday, 3 games for you. Thursday night, Livingston at Sparta on UCR2. Red Bowling Springs at Pickett County on UCR3. And on the main page, Cumberland County at Upperman. On Friday, Signal Mountain at Sparta on UCR2. Stewart's Creek at Cookeville on UCR3. And York at Smith County on the main page. And Saturday on the main page, Upperman at Cumberland County as we round out the regular season.
Wow, some great basketball in the Upper Cumberland.
A whole lot of it is live here on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Pinion sends over right side with 5:45 to go in the second. We're tied up at 12. Now Sims trying to get it inside, went right between the legs of the intended target and ended up with Roberts. He sends it over to Ty Cobb. Cobb head fake, drives inside, puts it up, no good, knocked out of play, and it's going to Sparta.
Well, you can see Ty Cobb is just very frustrated right now. It's almost trying to create too much. A lot of times you just got to let the flow come to you. They are intentionally trying to keep him out of the offense.
5:27 to go in the second quarter. It's 12-12. Trip Pinion with it here. Sparta executing their game plan well so far here on the road as they try to get back in it towards the top 2 seed. Upperman could clinch the top 2 seed with a victory tonight. Mid-range jumper up. That one no good. Rebound down. Griffin tipped it, but it went to Roberts. Roberts again weaving through traffic. Spins it back for Bush. Now Chapin. Bush to Ty Cobb on the left wing in front of the Sparta bench. Now Roberts with it. Sends it into Harris. Double team arrives. Harris muscles through. Sends over to Bush. Cam Bush hit 2 in Sparta.
Wow.
Hits 1 in Baxter. Asanya Rao with American Way Real Estate 3.
I'll tell you what, Clayton Harris did a great job when the double team came. You could just see that the football in him, just muscling his way to be able to throw that pass.
Shades of Noah McKay.
Yeah.
Circa mid-2010s. 4:33 to go in the second quarter. It's 15-12. The lovely folks in the Upper Cumberland didn't get to see that beast, the walking double-double. I was saved for a Texas audience. 4:33 to go in the second. It's 15-12. Foul was called, by the way, on Clayton Harris as the 3 ball's up and good.
Nice.
A Domino's 3 for Nate Griffin, and we're tied up again. Too busy reminiscing about the good old days for the foul call as Roberts sends over right side. Keeping it in Turnbow, back to Roberts. Now over Bush. Finds Cobb. Sims playing with 2 fouls, giving everything he's got defensively against Ty Cobb. Turnbow now right side Roberts.
I don't know that I wouldn't give it to Cobb and see if he can't draw that 3rd foul.
Turnbow with it now. Turnbow to Roberts. Roberts no good, too strong on a deep 3. Back to him. A little bit too deep that time, so he gives to Turnbow. Now reversing floor for Cam Bush. Bounces it to Roberts, back to Bush. Bush drives inside and he traveled. Possession back to Sparta with 3:43 to go. Sparta's defense hanging really tough here so far.
They really are, and Cole Sims is just, he's taken a lot of the passing lanes away from Ty Cobb, but I tell you, Cobb is doing a great job of getting the other players involved in the offense. Very unselfish, especially on that possession.
Sims drives in, now kicks out right side. 3 ball up for Sparta. No offensive rebound. Stevenson the putback, good.
Way to crash the boards, Gage Stevenson.
Gage Stevenson good for 2. 3:20 to go in the second quarter. Sparta leads by 2 on the road. Trying to turn this into a full quarter fight tonight against a red-hot Upperman team. Roberts gives in to Bush. Bush back to Turnbow. Turnbow drives, sends it over to Bush. What a feed, and Bush finishes for 2.
That was a great feed by Turnbow. I think Bush was a little surprised. Yeah. He made that pass.
You expected somebody to be right in your face when you get that basketball, and nobody was there, but he did find the finish. 2:56 to go. We're tied up at 17. Pinion with it. Sparta 5-3 in the district. Upperman 6-1.
They're trying to spread the floor and let Pinion go one-on-one.
Turnbow, a great defender. Pinion is as well. They really defend similarly as Turnbow rather swipes it out of the hands of Griffin. Now it goes to Cobb. Ahead to Roberts, who ran the floor. Roberts finger roll, no. Rebound tipped, and it'll go back to Stevenson in Sparta. Here comes Trip Pinion pushing the tempo. Pinion working through traffic. Into the low block. Fade away, no. Rebound tipped down. Roberts comes away. A little fast-paced action all of a sudden for the first time really in the whole game. Bush with it. This time the defender closes out. They did not guard him for three in the fourth quarter in Sparta. Went through Bush's hands, went right to Turnbow. He made him pay with two big threes. I'll tell you, Sims and Cobb are hand-checking and fighting.
They really are. It is getting physical. You can almost call a foul on either one of them.
Right. Now off a screen goes Cobb. Chaffin hits the deck. Cobb slicing through. Ty Cobb off the glass and one, and then talks his talk as it falls through.
You just waiting for a little opportunity, for just a little sliver, a little path to the goal to see Ty Cobb work his magic.
He goes to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to try to complete the three-point play. Just 4 points for Cobb in a low-scoring first half here in Baxter.
Yeah, I mean, White County guys just kind of look around like, we did all we could do. I mean, that's just, this kid's electric.
Free throw good for Cobb.
He's going to come out, take a seat.
Yeah, he's going to get a breather here. A 3-point lead for Upperman in the world's hottest gym. We've got 1,000 people, or multiple thousands of people in here right now.
It is hot.
Stevenson with it. Nearly traveled. Fisher says he keeps his foot down, gives back to Pinion. Pinion, nice behind the back move, slicing into the lane. Pinion, so good at driving the lane, puts it up, good for two.
That's the Trip Pinion we've seen throughout his career, just able to create shots.
Now on the other hand, here's Bronsden Chaffin. He sends out to Turnbow. Turnbow bounces back for Huddleston. Huddleston to Turnbow, baseline drive now. A little hesitation. He drives and kicks over to Jack Torrance. He lines up the triple. That one no good. Rebound down Gage Stevenson. 1 point game, Sparta basketball.
Upperman again, good movement of the basketball. Got a good shot, just didn't fall. And then White County doing a great job of boxing out and getting the rebounds.
Stevenson with it right side, back to Pinion. 49 seconds to go.
There's not a lot of offensive rebounds for either team in this game.
No, there's not. Huddleston gets into the grill, and now that's a moving screen. Yeah, Stevenson lowered the shoulder there. Got his money's worth. Huddleston's going to feel that one in the morning, but it's a personal foul on Gage Stevenson, his first.
I think both these teams are going to spend some time on the training table after this one.
Both have until Thursday before they return to action. Sparta will face off against Livingston in Sparta. That could be a gigantic one, as they are separated right now by 1 game in the standings in that 3 and 4 spot, depending on what happens tonight. Livingston at DeKalb, and of course Sparta here in this gym. Upperman will host Cumberland County. 28 seconds left. Upperman going to hold for the last shot as the tables have turned after that first quarter where Sparta had a 1-point lead and held.
Sims is going to come out and guard him.
Cobb gives back over to Huddleston. And Sims is not backing down from the challenge at all. You got to love the tenacity of those two players as Cobb comes out to grab. 8 seconds left. Cobb sends over to Huddleston. Huddleston to Chaffin. Chaffin back to Cobb. Cobb skies up for 3, and he buried it. That's ridiculous. That is Ty Cobb. A Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for Cobb. Puts an exclamation point on the second quarter, but we've got ourselves a battle here tonight. We'll be joined by Michael Dodgen when we come back. Upperman leads 23-19. You're watching high school basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
I'm looking for someone who can keep me comfortable, stay here for the long run, and definitely not high maintenance. Not right. Absolutely not. This one looks perfect.
Find your perfect match with Hiller. Get a free UV light with select new HVAC systems, 50% off a descaler with new tankless water heaters, or free surge protection with a new whole home generator.
Like that one too.
The experts at the South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors. Located at 640 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville, get your oil changed, tires rotated, and fluids filled. Need other repairs? Stop by for his same-day free diagnosis and estimate. South Willow Auto Clinic is a longtime supporter of student-athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. South Willow Auto Clinic, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. At the break, Upperman leads Sparta 23-19. In the first game of the doubleheader, the White County Warriorettes clinched the regular season district title and the 1 seed in the upcoming district tournament with a 35-30 victory over Upperman. We're joined by White County head coach Michael Dodge. And Coach, thanks as always for taking a few minutes. Gutsy win tonight for your girls. A tough place to come in and play. The atmosphere was awesome. You got the big win. How do you feel? How do you assess how the girls played this evening?
It was a good win for us, especially on the road. Anytime you get a road win in this district, it's a +1, just because all the teams are very well coached. They do a good job, and and Dana's no exception. I mean, she's one of the top coaches in the state of Tennessee. Always going to have her kids ready to play. A good game plan with her, and I'm proud of our kids because we don't like to play slow.
Right.
Well, let's be honest with you, we don't, and we were able to handle it. We rebounded the ball better in the second half. I didn't think we rebounded the ball well in the first half, but we did in the second half and did some really good things there. And but we've got to shoot the free throws better, and we got to finish at the rim better, especially with the postseason coming. But in this league, and we've talked about it numerous times, that 3, 4, 5, and 6 seeds, I mean, those are going to be wars in the first round of the district tournament, and you can at least breathe for a second and before you got to get back into it on that Saturday.
To that point, it's so difficult, and coaches talk all the time, second time around, and you already know each other so well, and you've played each other so many times. How good was it to be able to, maybe not the prettiest win in the world, but win in a different way than in the first meeting, or even, than it was on Friday, in which you're in the upper 50s, and now to be able to turn around and win a game 35-30 and be able to do it in a multitude of different ways?
Well, it says a lot about magnitude of both teams defensively. I mean, a lot of people talk about Upperman defensively, and they are a good defensive team. I mean, in league play, they're giving up, I think it's like 34 points a game in league play, and we do a good job tonight defensively too. We had some breakdowns there, leaving some people open, and Butler hit a big shot there when we were up 6 to cut it to 3. So, big time players are going to make big plays, and she stepped up there and made a big play there. But I thought we did a good job of Lakeland got in the middle of the paint and pulled up and shot a good jump shot right there when the defense collapsed down on Ava and Celeste. So she made a big shot there, and then we made some free throws. But God almighty, I mean, you're just so tired after. I know the kids are mentally wore out because it's just so tough, and and you don't get a lot of rest before you go right back into the district tournament.
To that point, by the way, Lakeland Grasty, the player of the game, she had those huge 5 points in that fourth quarter. You scored 5 points in those, or 9 points, I should say, in those middle 2 quarters, in the second and third. What was the key for you in the fourth quarter to be able to get it rolling? She got inside a couple of times, and of course, I mean, obviously the free throws start falling for you. But what had to?
Well, we needed to push the pace a little bit more, and we didn't, and we took some quick shots. Which, I mean, yeah, if they go in, everybody's excited, high fives and everything else. But they didn't, so we had to go down. And we didn't, the first time we played them, we rebounded the ball really well on both ends, offensively and defensively. Tonight, they did a fantastic job of blocking us out on the offensive end. Now, Lakeland did have the big rebound off the free throw, off the missed free throw, which allowed us to extend there. So it was key, but you just got to make the easy stuff. I thought we missed some stuff at the rim, we missed some layups, and then obviously we missed 5 or 6 free throws right there at key times. But I'm proud of them. When you come on the road and win, we've won in some tough environments this year, and did what we needed to do. And right now we're the 1 seed. Come after Thursday night, when Saturday now. Right. After Saturday night, when everybody's done, those seeds mean absolutely nothing. Everybody's going to be 0-0 again, and you're going to amp it up and have to play everybody again.
To that point, I was talking to somebody who doesn't really keep up with high school sports the way those of us around it all the time do. Like, if Livingston
was he on your phone?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I wonder who you're talking about.
I just have to get a jab every once in a while.
But he said if White County wins tonight and they win the district, would they take their foot off the gas? Would they rest people? Like, that's not necessarily how this works.
We're not the NBA.
Yeah, I know. So, but what is the mentality now, knowing it doesn't get easier? You got Livingston coming to your place and then a good Signal Mountain team on Friday as well. knowing that you're revving up, and as soon as that ends, you're into the teeth of it, into that tournament.
Well, the good thing is after Friday night, we're going to have 8 days off.
Right.
So, we're going to have some time to get our legs back underneath us and get rested up a little bit. I can promise you everybody will play Thursday. Okay, I can promise you everybody will play Thursday. And we're at home. I mean, you don't want to lose on your home floor, and we could possibly see a Livingston team in the tournament. Right. You don't want to give somebody confidence that, hey, we can, we went on their home floor and won. I'd really like for the tournament to be at White County. I think I'm going to go flood Tech or something. I'm going to go flood the floor or something, so I can get the thing at White County, and then everybody will be real happy. But no, it's just this district is so good, man. Right. I mean, from the teams to the players to the coaches to the atmosphere every night. I mean, there's college teams
100%
that would love to have a crowd like this on a Saturday afternoon and can't beg to get a crowd. 100%. They can't give away enough free tickets to get a crowd. So for these kids to play in this type of environment is really, really nice, and it says a lot about the basketball in the Upper Cumberland and the people that follow it and everything else. And kudos to the fans that come out and watch these kids play, because you're getting a good game of basketball every night.
Well, maybe you'll be an honorable mention in the top 5 on Wednesday when we release it after.
I just hope you get good. I just hope Rusty paid his light bill so everybody can see him this week.
I think he got a ring light. I really hope he did. Okay. Regardless, big-time accomplishment to win what is, in my opinion, inarguably the toughest district in the state of Tennessee.
Listen, it ain't even an argument. Yeah. It's not even close. I mean, in all 4 classes,
yeah.
It's not even close. The caliber of basketball here is on another level.
And y'all won it in the regular season. That's a big-time accomplishment. Michael Dodgen, congratulations on your win. Thanks for coming up.
Just glad you brought a legend here with you.
Every once in a while I bring a ringer in. I got to make it sound professional.
You brought a ringer in. That's good, buddy.
I can just leave. Y'all can do the rest of this game. I'll go home.
I'll be honest with you. There's some stories with Buddy that we were in Lubbock, Texas for the NCAA tournament.
Well, he just started laughing as soon as you said that, so I know this.
And we get down there like 2 or 3 days early. Well, Corey Ledbetter decides to have a wrestling match with Roger Castle, and he's on the side. Him and Roger Ely are broadcasting. So it was. I mean, you got legendary stories. But no, you guys do a good job, and we appreciate what you guys do for the Upper Cumberland. And these fans get a treat Monday night this week, but mostly Tuesday and Friday night.
Absolutely. Well, Michael Dodgen, the Warriorettes victorious earlier on today. Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, Delicious Pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood, or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back again. Our thanks to Michael Dodgen for joining us there during the Happy Hiller halftime show. We got a good one here in the boys' game, buddy. 23-19. White County executing the game plan, slowing things down, making life difficult on Upperman offensively. But Upperman has been dominant in the second quarter of these games so far this season, especially in district play. It'll be a tough challenge for the young Warriors. We'll see if they're up to it as they hunt a big district win.
Well, a lot of times they come out and they try to stop Ty Cobb, and they do that for a quarter, and then all of a sudden he starts getting loose a little bit, starts making a few baskets, and then, it just starts raining buckets.
A ridiculous 3 at the end of the first half. That was a big-time shot.
Yeah.
Man in his face, rising up with 2 seconds to go and burying it. Cole Sims, though, did a really good job against him in that first half.
Boy, he did.
Stevenson flips back over to Pena. 7 AAA has 2 of the premier players in the state in their class, in Ty Cobb and Cade Campson. Another one of those top players is Trip Pinion as he kicks out to Cole Sims. Bounces it over to Griffin. He's going to trigger the 3. Already had 1. That one no good. Chaffin with the rebound. Here comes Upperman with the tempo again. Cobb in the half court. Goes up strong and is fouled. Ty Cobb to the Sonia Brown American Way Real Estate free throw line. I believe this one is going to go on Trip Pinion.
Well, he's got such floor presence, and when he goes up in the air, he's still checking out to where the defenders are, and his body just kind of contorts to how he can get a shot off without getting it blocked by the defender. I mean, it's uncanny for a freshman to be able to have that kind of awareness on the floor.
And by the way, he's an over 80% free throw shooter as he makes the first. Next one, no good. And there's your announcer Jinx for the night. Yeah. Jacob swears that doesn't exist. And I said, you do not have my experience.
Yes, it happens. It exists.
Pinion with it. He crosses the timeline, picked up by Evan Huddleston. Huddleston driving the lane, kicks out left side into the corner. Sparta really wants to slow it down here as that one was out of bounds as Cobb swiped it. But when you're trailing, it's tougher to do.
It is. It's tougher to do. It's tougher in this gym, and it's tougher against the team that can explode for points. It's almost like lighting a firecracker and you just watching the wick till it gets to the cracker part of it, and then all of a sudden it explodes. And that's what Upperman does. You see that wick burning, and all of a sudden, boom. I mean, they just explode for some points.
Nearly stole it away. It ended up on the other side of the floor with Gage Stevenson, and now Trip Pinion has it. Pinion, left side Stevenson on the wing. Upperman settling into this 2-3 zone. Into the corner. Nice set play. 3 no good. Rebound down to Clayton Harris. Sends it ahead to Chaffin. Bronsden Chaffin showing off the handles. Now slams the brakes and finds Clayton Harris. Left side Huddleston over to Roberts. They left him space. He's dangerous. He buried it. A Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for Braden Roberts, and a timeout called by Eric Mitchell.
Yeah, that's a wise timeout right there because this game could get out of hand really quick here to start the second half. You've got Upperman coming out, firing on all cylinders. Cobb driving, hitting some free throws, and then a nice 3. Now this is kind of what we were expecting from Upperman.
Once again, you can help us out. We're going to stream nearly 50, if we can, over 50, depending on how many games are played.
Wow.
Postseason games around the Upper Cumberland. Each one of those levies a multiple $100 on a raising level every round of the postseason.
How much money?
Round of the postseason.
How much money is the TSSAA making on this?
Oh, a lot of money,
yeah.
Quite a bit. And so they're going to make a lot off of us, and we could use your help. Our business sponsors, of course, helping us out. But if you're able, you can scan that QR code on your screen and help us out covering those postseason fees. That's where all that is going to. Thank you very much as we get back to action here.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to have to. You cover these teams all throughout the regular season, and postseason when it counts is when you should be able to cover them.
Pinion brings it around right side. Thankfully, we've had some leeway, as that 3 ball is rained home by Cole Sims, a Domino's 3. We've had some leeway made when it comes to actually broadcasting audio-wise in state tournaments and state championships. We're very thankful for that. Appreciate sincerely TSSAA for working on that. But the fees aren't going away apparently, so.
Sims, after he hits the 3, he goes right back and starts guarding Cobb.
We also had a couple of words for Cobb as Chaffin gets an offensive rebound, but his foot was on the line. So possession goes back the other way to Sparta.
Bronson Chaffin doing some work under the goal.
A 5-point Upperman lead here as we get back to action. Nearing 5.5 to go in the third. Pinion with a crossover move into the half court, and that is a huge screen and an offensive foul. Stevenson, it's the second time it's happened, and he's not sliding his feet, buddy, but he's moving the shoulder into Cobb.
You've got to be completely still. I mean, you have to be completely still. You've got to let the defender come to you. You can't go into him.
Sims is getting his money's worth to Ty Cobb out there. And Cobb, I think, wants this one as he clears the floor. He's going to give over right side for Turnbow. Turnbow to Roberts. Roberts, Cobb pops off a screen and a moving screen called on Chaffin inside. So trading moving screens. That's going to be the first on Chaffin, first on Upperman.
Well, it's just a physical game. I mean, it really is. It's extremely physical. These guys are trying to set screens. They're trying to give a little emphasis when they're setting them. Guys are running into them.
Turnbow and Pinion hand fighting a little bit as Pinion establishes possession. Nice little step back move for Pinion rather. Pinion Starts to drive inside, spins the low block, and we've got a whistle and a foul called on the floor. This one goes on Branson Turnbow. That is his first, team second.
I kind of feel like we're going to get into a foul fest here in the second half.
I think you're right about that. Seems like it's tightened up a little bit.
You know, where they let the ladies play, this you can't really let these guys play because now it's getting a little too physical.
Right, and then you don't want anybody to get hurt out there. As Chaffin tips it out of play, it stays with Sparta.
Right.
Right side, Pinion. 4.5 to go. If you like a lot of offense, this was not the night for you. As Stevenson gives back out to Pinion. Now left side, Griffin. Starts to drive. Now he reverses floor. Back to the right wing. That one finds Young. Now inside Pinion. Long possession here. 3-ball up. No good. Sims on the attempt. Chaffin with a muscling rebound. And now an offensive foul as he lowers the shoulder. It's going to be the second on Chaffin and the third team foul on Upperman.
Chaffin looked like he was going on a quarterback sneak into the end zone. I mean,
that he scored on, by the way.
Exactly.
In the state championship game, by the way.
2-point conversion.
Yeah, he got in.
We're not bitter.
Yes.
Cobb
gets the steal. Now he's going to bring it up. Cobb behind the back move. Now he sends over to Harris. Back to Cobb. Cobb activates inside. He's a mid-range merchant. That one no good. Rebound ricochets around. Still being fought for. And we've got a foul called. Who's it on?
Probably Clayton Harris.
I believe so as well.
You had two football guys battling for that.
It is on Harris. Spot on that one. It's his second. All of a sudden, Upperman's starting to get in foul trouble. 14 fouls against the Bees.
Well, it's turning into a physical game. And I'm not sure if that's what White County wants, but that's what it's turning into.
I think they'll take a 5-point game right now. They just want to have a chance to make a basket to win this game at the end, I would say. Now, great baseline feed, and Jackson Young puts it in. Cole Sims roped that one inside.
That young man's impressive. Man.
3-point game. That was a great pass. And now the White County fans starting to clap their hands just a little bit. Harris comes out for the screen. Cobb rolls off of it. Cobb back to Harris. Harris pivots it back out for Roberts. Roberts picks up his dribble. Now Chaffin goes out. Sparta ratcheting up that defensive intensity.
They are. I mean, that's some serious defense being played.
Roberts wide open. A breakdown defensively, but it's no good. And now going down, that's going to be a travel. Possession stays with Upperman, and the Sparta fans want a foul as Chaffin went up in the air and caught him a little bit.
Yeah, he did. It didn't call it, and then you had to call something with him on the ground.
Well, if it wasn't a foul, it was a travel, but... And now what's the discussion? They're fixing the clock. 2:55 to go. It's getting rowdy in here tonight. Bounce pass into Cobb. He goes up in the foul. Ty Cobb's going to go to the Sonia Brown. Little extracurriculars. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot two. A little shove in the back there. Cobb.
Man, you talk about a rivalry. I mean, this is what breeds a rivalry right here.
Absolutely.
I mean, you talk about it. Not only are they close in the standings and close in proximity, but I love high school basketball rivalries. I mean, you lose that in college.
Yes, absolutely.
You really do.
The first one, third one on Cole Sims, by the way, and Cobb goes 2 for 2. He's the first scorer in double figures tonight, except when Tennessee rose into Rupp Arena and beats up on Kentucky. That was great.
That's nice. But, I mean, and I hate to single out Tennessee Tech, but, I mean, who's the rival now? I guess TSU?
Yeah, the conference realignments really hurt. UT Martin, I guess, is the only thing. There's no juice to that one.
There's no juice to that.
Driving up here. A kick out pass. Top of the key. Now right wing Pinion. Yeah, the conference realignments hurt some of those FCS schools, I think, in a major way. Pinion kicks out right side Griffin. He triggers the three. That one no good. Rebound down. Bush comes away with it. Upperman pushing the tempo now. Here comes Braden Roberts. Roberts crosses over Pinion. Now flips it back. Turnbow over to Bush. Bush going way up was Griffin. Now Chaffin goes up and an offensive foul.
Another offensive foul.
Trip Pinion. That is 30, not 3. Lucas Dickerson takes the contact and the charge. Chaffin has three fouls all in this quarter.
And all offensive.
And that's going the other way.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be a Christmas card written for that one. 2:14 to go in the third. It's a 5-point game. Clayton Harris quickly to the table here. They're going to get Bronston Chaffin out. Now Pinion. Yeah, Trip Pinion's an artist at taking charges. And now Turnbow call for the personal. This is going to be free throws for Trip Pinion. And the frustrating thing for the players is in the first half they were getting away with everything, and now nothing.
We're already in the bonus?
Yeah, with 2:03 to go. So there's going to be 2 free throws for Trip Pinion. Branson Turnbow saying, "What did I do, sir?"
But, again, we talk about the hand check, and you can put your hand on them, but it's when you do it in a way that redirects them. That's when it's a hand check. That's when it's a foul.
First one is no good for Pinion, though, as Sims checks out, as does Turnbow and Chaffin. Harris in, Smith in for Sparta. Free throw good. Second one falls through for Trip Pinion. He's got 5 points in this game, and it's 29-25 with 2 minutes to go in the third.
White County's just kind of hanging around. Again, you're waiting for that explosion.
And now a foul is called on Trip Pinion on the other end.
Hand check.
Hand check. Second personal on Pinion. 14th foul against Sparta. Cobb with it. Surveys the floor. Now Harris. Harris back over to Torrance. Torrance, one dribble, finds Cam Bush. Now Roberts with it. Roberts over to Bush. Now left side for Ty Cobb.
You got Pinion on him now.
Cobb works off a screen. Now sends it over to Bush. One of the Warriors hits the deck. Clayton Harris inside free, puts it up and in for 2.
Great move by Clayton Harris.
And they are talking trash down there on that floor right now. Both ways. Every time a shot goes through, they're letting them know about it. Pinion with it. Won't surprise me if at some point in this second half, ladies and gentlemen, somebody gets a technical foul.
But Harris, again, great patience in the paint, getting the feed, just hesitating just long enough to get that defender up.
And now a foul going to be called on Jack Torrance. 2 more free throws coming here for Trip Pinion. First personal on Torrance. So Pinion, who's 1 for 2 so far, goes back to the line. First one is good.
Yeah, Sims checking back in now. I'll tell you what, Dickerson did a great job.
He certainly did. Sparta is defending their tails off in this game so far. Pinion's second one. That one no good. 1 for 2. Cobb with the board. Upperman's lead is still 5. Ahead over to Bush. Bush goes in strong and finishes.
Man, great court presence, court vision. Great pass from Cobb and Bush. Awesome job finishing off that play.
They strike fast.
Yeah, they do.
Pinion with it now. Upperman is really kind of slowly and quietly stretched a 7-point lead in a game in which there hasn't been a ton of flow with, I think it's up to 10 fouls called in this quarter, so there hasn't been a ton of back and forth possessions. 28 seconds to go in the third. Sparta going to hold for the last shot, down 7. And Upperman content to let him. It's interesting.
Well, I got a feeling it's either going to be Cole Sims or Trip Pinion. One of them is going to take that final shot.
Smith gets it to Pinion with 8 seconds. He loves to drive in these spots. Pinion slicing through. Pinion throws it up. No good. A rebound down to Upperman. Bush ahead to Cobb. 1 second. Cobb, this would count. And it barely misses. Wide left. Brings us to the end of the third quarter. Upperman has stretched a 7-point lead, but it's still up in the air. Upperman 33, Sparta 26. Coverage of this game is presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential, multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland area since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145.
Hone and develop your skills on the court with professional basketball player development from Legacy Athletics. Call 931-303-3356 or follow them on Instagram at legacy_athletics or on Twitter at jwinningham25 for more information today. Legacy Athletics, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
One quarter to go here in Baxter. Upperman leads 33-26 with the basketball as we get back to action. I'm Noah McKay, thrilled to be joined once again by Buddy Pearson. Back in the saddle here, the two of us.
Oh, this is awesome.
We've caught a few fun games
together. We got
together.
Kaylee here. I mean, like I said, the band's back together. It feels like old times.
Absolutely. Chaffing is off to Bush.
If we were just in my basement doing the show again.
Absolutely. That thing's blown up a little bit, huh?
Just a little.
Now, right side, Chaffin with it. Chaffin going to spin inside in the foul. Stevenson.
Another offense. That's 4 offensive fouls on Bronson Chaffin. 4 offensive fouls.
That was not a charge. We're moving on. That one goes the other way. And 4th personal on Chaffin. All offensive, all in the second half. And possession goes the other way. And now, everybody in the gym is chirping on every call. 7:32 to go in the ball game. It's
this could be a long
7:32.
7:32.
It very much could be, my friend. It very much could be. Pinion going to walk it across the timeline. It's tightened up both ways. There's no question about it. Huddleston going to drive and kick over into the corner. Now, Sims, he's double teamed. Kicks over into the corner again. There's Pinion. Pinion tiptoes down the sideline, drives in, and a foul is called. Count it, and one for Trip Pinion. And he's going to the line to try to complete a three-point play.
Yeah, and that brings the players on the White County bench off their seats.
Pinion to the stripe, trying to make it a 4-point game.
You know, here's the thing. They don't just compete against each other in basketball. There's a lot of football players competing against each other on this floor.
Pinion's free throw is good, and Sparta has it cut down to a 4-point game, doing what they wanted to, making it ugly. Trying to get in the running for a top 2 seed. Upperman trying to clinch the top 2 here tonight. They win out, they win this district. They control their own destiny as Cobb drives in, throws up the runner, no. Big fight for the rebound, goes out of play, and stays with Upperman.
How many points does Cobb have?
He has 11 tonight, which leads all scorers in this game.
And that's a quiet 11.
As the inbounds is swatted away. He had that quick burst where he scored 6 in that second quarter.
That's right.
In rapid succession with the and 1 and then the 3 to end it. Scoring has been at a premium tonight. We have a whistle and a stoppage. I think there's a wet spot on the floor for where one of the Warriors hit the deck. So we'll get a towel out there and dry it up. 6:46 to go. 33-29.
Great crowd.
Awesome crowd. 7 AAA, man. There's nothing like it. Just the passions in this gym. And all the gyms, whether you're here, you're in Sparta, you're in Livingston, you're in Crossville.
It'll be the same way with L.A. and White County.
Absolutely.
That's a long-standing
Well, and DeKalb,
rivalry.
when we were there on Friday night, as Cobb drives in, throws it up, no. Rebound tipped up by Harris. Now Griffin comes away, and a foul is called on Clayton Harris. It's going to be his third. There's going to be some foul outs at this rate. And nobody was in foul trouble at halftime. 6:32 to go in the ball game, and that's the 3rd team foul against Upperman. But the DeKalb crowd was incredible on Friday night, absolutely. And that's a team that's 0-8 in the district, and they were bringing it.
But again, 0-8 in this district
could win another one.
Yeah.
DeKalb could absolutely win several other districts in this state. As Pinion drives inside, it's poked from him. Now they've got a scrum, and that'll be a jump with the arrow belonging to Sparta. Inbound coming from the baseline here for White County. A big bucket here could change the game. That's a deep pass. Trying to save it in, didn't have to, but it went to Stevenson. Pinion went over right side. Now Sims, bodied up by Bush. Sims, nice outlet pass to Pinion as they set up in the half court. Pinion, flip pass over to Griffin. Griffin back over There's Smith, Lucas Smith to Sims. In rhythm, but missed it. Offensive rebound, Stevenson, the putback, good and one.
Wow.
Gage Stevenson, the second chance bucket, and he'll go to the line to try to complete the three-point play.
And he battled for the rebound. That young man really put the effort forward. Got in there with Clayton Harris. And now Chaffin's going to come back in with 4 fouls.
And that one goes on Cam Bush, his second personal. Chaffin in with 4 fouls. That's a target for White County as they can make it a 1-point game with Gage Stevenson at the line. Free throw. Got it.
You can see where this White County team is just continues to get better and better and better throughout the season. Coach Mitchell, it's almost where he likes the challenge of taking those young players and developing.
Roberts triggers the 3. No. Upperman ice cold. And Sparta with a chance to take the lead here in the fourth quarter on the road.
It's been a while since Upperman scored.
You are not wrong about that. They had 23 points at halftime, just 10 points since then. As Pinion works it around left side, gets a screen from Stevenson. Little Hezzy, now he goes to work. Pinion gets inside, up and under.
Oh, my goodness.
No good. Rebound down to Cobb. That would have been ridiculous. Cobb, now with defenders chasing, he's able to save it into Chapin. Over to Bush. Bush, shot fake. Now he'll drive inside. Kicks out at the last possible moment to Ty Cobb. If that Pinion shot had gone in, it would have been one of the best shots I've seen all year. Roberts. Now Bush inside Chapin. Turns, throws it up, and the foul. Bronston Chapin will go to the Sonya Brown with the Ameriquay Real Estate free throw line. He looked right at the ref to make sure it wasn't going to be a charge. Stevenson called for his third.
But, you know, I like getting him on a block, letting him work down low right now.
It's actually Stevenson's fourth. My apologies. So Stevenson with 4 and Chapin with 4. And Chapin buries the first. Just the sophomore, Bronston Chapin. And that's his first points tonight. If you wanted the formula for how to beat Upperman, Ty Cobb and Bronston Chapin with a combined 12 points.
Wow.
That'd be number 1 on the list.
That's how you do it.
And it's Trip Pinion going to bring it up. Pinion sends it over left side. Now top of the circle, they work it around to Griffin. Griffin back to Pinion. 2-point game. Pinion floats back to the top of the key. 1-on-1. There's Pinion. He spins inside. Pinion throws up the shot. Rebounded down to Turnbow. Cobb ran the floor. There's the outlet pass. Cobb off the glass. Good.
Wow. Man, what a great pass.
Yeah, Branson Turnbow fired it up, and Cobb, that's a tough finish. While going full speed to be able to kiss it off the glass. Wide open on the other end. 3 ball. That one no good. Rebound tipped. Knocked out of play, and it's going to Upperman with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Final score over on UCR3. York defeats Warren County tonight, 79-56. Full time out on the floor. We'll take it with them. Back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
The Crossroads Auction Group are the Upper Cumberland's auction experts. As a full-service auction company, they take your stress away every step of the way. Servicing the entire Upper Cumberland, the Crossroads Auction Group gets your property ready from cleanup, setup, picture taking, up to the auction and beyond. They handle all auctions from estates, residential, farms, land, commercial, and everything else. For more information, visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com or call 931-644-7149 today. The Crossroads Auction Group are proud sponsors of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the ball game. It's 36-32. Upperman on top of White County, and it's going to be Upperman basketball outside of this timeout. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Buddy Pearson. Again, we hope you'll join us tomorrow night. We've got a couple of doubleheaders going on across our network. I will be in Smyrna as the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers win by 175 points, and then the Cavaliers probably win by the same, but we'll have to wait and see. The boys' game could be decent. On the main page, it's going to be Gordonsville at Pickett, 2 big ones in 7 single A. And we will roll on throughout the remainder of the week. Cobb gives off to Branson Turnbow. If you're a Lady Cavalier listening, you didn't hear that, don't worry about it. As Cobb drives inside, Ty Cobb showing off the explosiveness, and now all of a sudden he's up to 15 points.
And he's so good around the rim. I mean, just get him the ball around the rim, and he's going to figure out a way to put it in the bucket.
He's just a tick over 6 feet tall, by the way, as Pinion drives and kicks, tipped up by Roberts.
Nice.
And he's able to save it in.
Oh, nice defense
right
by
to
Roberts.
And now a foul on Trip Pinion as he reached around. Third personal on Trip. 3:44 to go. Upperman's lead is back up to 6 with the basketball.
Braden Roberts just went into the student section trying to save that one.
But, you know, it's interesting, buddy, when Sparta beat Stone, everyone, whoa, what happened? And then they pushed Stone again the second time, and they only lost by 10 to Upperman. This is how. They play really good defense. They make enough shots. They believe in the system, and they are in games at the end every night in this district.
Well, and they've got somebody in Cole Sims or Trip Pinion that can, you know, really wear down the top player.
And now we've got
the kid for Stone.
Sparta.
What's his name?
Cade Capps.
Yeah, Cade Capps. I guarantee you that was the same game plan against Cade Capps. It was either Sims or Pinion just wearing him out.
That's Cole Sims, his 4th, team's 3rd. So Sims with 4, Stevenson with 4, Chaffin with 4. Any one of those fouling out, especially if it's Chaffin or Sims, could loom huge. And
Sims is staying in. I mean, and he's still right on Cobb's.
Good leadership by Coach McWilliams, going out there and wiping up the sweat himself. Cobb going to inbound here. Sends it over the top for Chaffin. They're trying to set up Cobb on the set play. There he goes, up and off the glass. No. Rebound down. A chance for Sparta. Still just trailing by 6. Pinion with it. See if there's any urgency here, or Sparta continues to just kind of methodically work around in the half court. Talk about it all the time, but a high school 6-point difference is different than a college or NBA 6-point difference when points are so at a premium, especially in a game like this. And a combined 70. Spinning around Pinion. Slowed up, and that's a travel. Possession back the other way.
That's a good call.
Yeah, he went into spin and got slowed up by the big man inside for Upperman and shuffled those feet. 2:48 to go. Upperman looking for, if not the dagger, close to it with a bucket here.
And, you know, you don't have to force it. You know, you can take your time. You can make good passes. They have to come out and foul you, or they have to try and steal the basketball, which could open up a backdoor cut.
Livingston leads DeKalb County 66-40 over on UCR2 at the end of 3. Roberts gives back now. Turnbow over to Roberts again. Roberts to Cam Bush. Bush going to drive inside. Bush kicks to Roberts in the corner. He lines up the triple. Nothing but net. Braden Roberts with a Sonya Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Now a steal on the other end. Upperman rolling downhill. 2 to play. They're up by 9.
Yeah, great job by Cam Bush. I mean, he drove in and turned around, drew the double team. Roberts wide open for
huge
the 3.
Collision in the middle of the lane. And not sure who caused who to go down, but we play on. Turnbow with it. Turnbow over to Roberts. 1:43 to go. Roberts puts the dribble down. Griffin staying with him.
Nice switch.
Now over to Chaffin. Upperman killing the clock now with a 9-point lead as we near 90 seconds to go. Chaffin flips over to Turnbow. Cutting inside is Bush. Bush hands off to Roberts. Unselfish, but it's no good. Rebound tipped around. Griffin has it. Sends it ahead to Sims. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Sims goes up. No good. Chaffin doesn't pick up that final foul. And now Cobb the other way. Floats it in for Bush off the glass. No. Back to Cobb for 2. And that'll probably do it. Timeout called on the floor.
Yeah.
With 1:09 to go. Upperman's lead now is all the way up to 11.
That's what we've been waiting to see pretty much this whole game, was just that explosion by Upperman at some point, getting baskets in transition, creating turnovers, long passes down the court. That's how Upperman plays basketball.
And all of a sudden, you blink.
Yeah.
It's an 11-point game. That's what they did to Livingston back there last week, where it was pretty tight, and then they just exploded about 30 seconds on an 11-0 run to take a close game into what seems like an insurmountable lead. And now with 1:09 to go, it's not over, but Sparta's going to need a few shots to go their way in a hurry.
Well, and I can tell you, I mean, it was a great game plan by Eric Mitchell, and for most of the game, it was carried out as well as expected, but Upperman's just got too much talent. I mean, they have, Roberts hitting that shot in the corner on the feed from Bush.
Yep.
I mean, that was huge. And just Cobb working around the basket. Anytime he gets around the basket, right-handed, left-handed, 3, 5, 7 feet out, you got to feel like it's going to go down.
Upperman closing in on clinching a top 2 seed.
Yep.
They control their own destiny. They went out. They are the winners of the district in the regular season, and they will be a heavy favorite against White County. Houston Torres, though, he can play. The freshman can
Cumberland
score.
County?
Cumberland County. Pardon me. Thank you. Houston Torres for Cumberland County. He can really score it, but Cumberland County just 1-8 or 1-6 rather in the district entering tonight. Now a little errant pass. There's a turnover. Here's Cobb running the floor. Checking his shoulder. Cobb goes up. No good. Rebound for Roberts, and he is fouled. Bodies hit the deck. Everybody's okay. Braden Roberts to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line.
Surprised Cobb missed that one.
I am too. But Braden Roberts.
Great hustle. Great hustle by Roberts.
Gage Stevenson's day is done. He fouls out on that one. So a couple of subs will check in here for Sparta, and I think see if Eric Mitchell is going to keep pushing here with 49.5 seconds to go. Jackson Young also going to check back in here for the Warriors. 49.5. Upperman's lead is 43-32, and a really good free throw shooter, Braden Roberts, is at the stripe.
Yeah. Good teaching moment for some of these players.
First one is good for Braden Roberts.
You got a chance. I mean, these two teams are probably going to meet again in the district tournament.
Yeah, certainly, as you look at it. Second one good as well. It'll depend on that. There's a huge game now going on Thursday night in the boys' side. The 3-4 is going to be decided as Livingston takes on White County. Both teams, if everything holds tonight, will have 4 losses. Livingston and Sparta will both be 5-4. The winner is going to be the 3.
Yeah.
The loser is going to be the 4. As that one goes up for Pinion, count it, and he gets the and 1. Trip Pinion's in the double figures tonight. He's got 11. But that also impacts that second round, because if it is Upperman and Stone, which sure appears it's going to be,
right,
that would, and it will be Upperman and Stone's going to clinch a top 2 seed as well tonight. 2 for 2 for Pinion. If Upperman wins the district, that 4 seed, if everything holds chalk, will be the team that faces Upperman in the first round.
4-5.
And Stone would be the 2 seed, and you'd have that 2-3 matchup. So that game is important for matchup purposes, and some teams would rather face Upperman, some teams would rather face Stone. Can you defend Cade Caps is really the question when it comes to Stone Memorial.
Yeah.
The free throw went through for Pinion. Maybe. They acted like it did, but it may be about to shoot it. It's 35.5 seconds ago. We're talking about the district. 45-35 is the score up on the board right now. Stick around post-game. We'll have a quick South Little Auto Clinic post-game show. We'll go through the scoring, tell you about those district standings, and, of course, get to the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. As Upperman about to even this doubleheader, the Warriorettes got a big win. They clinched the regular season title earlier on, 35-30 in a hard-fought game.
Great game.
Yeah, it was. This one's going to be closer than the final score likely will indicate, as it's going to be Upperman basketball from the baseline here. And Pinion did make that free throw. He's done the 12 points tonight. I knew I wasn't crazy. Sparta in the full court press. Cobb with it. He accelerates into the half court. Cobb just moving defenders. Cobb, no look feed over to Bush for 2. Upperman is finishing this one in style. They've turned it on offensively in the past couple of minutes. Pinion with it. Pinion drives in. He puts up the shot and a travel. Possession goes the other way. And, you know, buddy, part of this, I think, is White County had done such a good job of making it go a long time. Now they had to push for shots, and Upperman started to get in transition.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, when you can be patient and when you can just try and wear the other team down and just try and get that good shot, that's one thing. But when you start trying to up the tempo, this is what happens. This is why Eric Mitchell did not want to have a fast tempo game, is because once it got that way, it got out of hand. And it got out of hand quick.
And that will do it. The Upperman Bees clinch a top 2 seed in the district tournament and an automatic berth in the upcoming region tournament. Final score tonight, Upperman 47, White County 35. We welcome you into the South Little Auto Clinic post-game show. The South Little Auto Clinic, your hometown auto doctors, as we tally up the scoring from this one and get to the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. Scoring from the game is as follows. First for White County, 12 points tonight for Trip Pinion. That leads the way. 8 for Gage Stevenson, 7 for Cole Sims, 3 for Nate Griffin, and 3 for Lucas Dickerson, 2 for Jackson Young, for a team total of 35. For the victorious Upperman Bees tonight, 17 points for Ty Cobb. That leads the way. 12 points for Braden Roberts, 9 for Cam Bush, 4 apiece for Evan Huddleston and Clayton Harris, and just 1 tonight for Bronston Chapin, for a team total of 47. Upperman and Stone Memorial will be your top 2 seeds in the upcoming district tournament. Who's going to be 1, who's going to be 2 is still up for grabs.
Yeah, still up
Upperman
for grabs.
will be a favorite against Cumberland County, but you got to go out and play those basketball games. Exactly right. On Thursday and on Saturday, if Upperman does that, they'll win the regular season title. It's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Buddy, who's it going to tonight?
Well, you know, I really think Cole Sims did a great job. I mean, he's an impressive young man. He had 7 points, but he did a great job defensively. Braden Roberts had some big shots, but when it come right down to it, I mean, Ty Cobb is the man. He hits the shot at the end of the first quarter. He had a little spurt there where he made like 6 points and just kind of elevated Upperman back into the game and ahead. And then just the things he did, the long pass, down to Cam Bush and the things, because they concentrated so much on him, some other people were able to score some points. So it was Ty Cobb.
Yeah, Ty Cobb is the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. White County falls to 10-11 with the loss. They are 5-4 in District 7 AAA. Upperman, their winning streak is now double digits. They've won 10 in a row, 15 out of their last 16 games, playing as well as anybody in the 3A classification right now. And they are 21-4 on the season, 7-1 in the district. They are the number 2 ranked team in the top 5. We'll see if they stay there. They will on Wednesday during the coaches show. Join us tomorrow night once again for a couple of games, couple of doubleheaders across the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Over on UCR2, I'll be in Smyrna as Cookeville takes on Smyrna. And on the main page, it's Gordonsville against Pickett, as we have content each and every day throughout this week. Buddy, I enjoyed it, my friend, as always.
I enjoyed it, my friend, too. Thanks for asking.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming out. Kaylee did a great job producing things, as always. Keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com. Goose was here. Content coming later on to the website and all of our social media channels. And we will talk to you all again tomorrow night. The girls got it done for the Sparta earlier on tonight, 35-30. And it was the Upperman boys with a 47-35 victory to round out the evening. I'm Noah McKay. For Buddy Pearson to my right, Kaylee Dick on camera, and everybody at UCR. Have a great day, everybody.